What's up, everyone? This is the Blurred Podcast, episode 20.
20.
Yes. And as always, we have Darkside,
Fandome Baby.
Green Tuner,
Hey, baby.
Creamcast,
Hey, baby.
and myself, the Ed Underground Baby.
Oh, baby. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
babe, that's what you say.
Okay, baby.
I guess that's supposed to be some kind of wrestling thing.
Yes, it's a wrestling thing for the wrestling fans out there.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Adam
Wrestling
Cole.
is for babies.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, wrestling is not kind of the thing that we do. But hey, more power to you, man. If you feel empowered to share your life experiences and your love of wrestling, sure. Wrestling is a human emotion. Like something you keep in the closet a lot of times. And sometimes it needs to burst out and come out. So hey, nothing wrong with that.
Don't rag on Ed. He just enjoys watching muscular men oiled up, just jumping all over each other.
Yeah.
Well, you put it in that way. No, but
I don't know.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
of all time or right now?
Yeah.
I would say
Of all time. No, of all time. Let's start with the Greco-Roman Greeks,
It's
please.
between the what? It's between Sting, Black and White Sting,
Okay.
and Triple H.
Okay.
Okay.
I
So
would say.
a guy in a Speedo that's constantly covered in oil and spits water on his body,
I mean,
or a guy that wears a ton of makeup. All right, I got you.
we keep coming back to the same themes. I don't know. I think there's a pattern here. I think you might find.
Little Ed saw that and said, yeah,
Yeah.
Like me
this is
some of
okay.
that.
Yeah.
Look together. Yeah, there's some girls out there. No. I'm
There are
good.
lots of wrestling
Let us back
female fans, a lot of them, which is
Yeah, but you never talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
That's
never talk
a
about
bunch.
them.
Ed,
Yeah.
I've been with you to wrestling shows.
yeah,
It's 95% guys and 5% women.
I would say
I-
And
it's
out
a
of those
lot
5%,
more,
no,
like
wait.
3% are like
a lot
moms.
more than that.
Hey,
a lot more
it's
than that.
2021. Don't say it's not just men and women, sir. There's non-binary too. So you
Okay,
gotta
fine.
account for that. Yeah.
There's non-binary.
Yeah.
But from what I could see, it's mostly dudes, including ourselves.
Are you assuming their gender?
Yeah.
Yes, I sure am.
All right.
Wow. And that was
I like
our
his
last.
confidence.
Yep.
Oh,
And
that was the last
the
episode.
last episode. And we just lost all potential
I'm just
sponsors.
saying, even in the group that I went with Ed, it was the only girl was Cliff's girlfriend.
I think
Oh,
there was
really?
another girl there too.
No, in our group when I went with you.
I could have sworn there was
I mean,
there
that's just-
wasn't.
I
Wait,
think
no,
that
there
says
was
more.
another one, but that girl wasn't with us. They came in like later.
Yeah, exactly. So
Wait,
I guess
isn't that still with you? If she's part of your group, right?
So there
no,
was two.
she was. It was.
There
Some
was a
random
girl there.
girls
Yeah.
that were just lined up behind
Yeah,
them,
you see,
and
Ed-
Ed's mine somehow that are part of the group because they were in proximity.
Yeah, there
I
you
see.
go.
I feel like
She's there, isn't she?
yeah, I feel like Ed's grasping at straws right now. He's like, yeah, "There's a girl. Trust me."
Wrestling
You never
becomes
said I had to
different-
knew her.
Yeah.
Different since we went like what, 10 years ago?
We didn't go 10 years ago.
Well, it was longer than 5 years. I know that. So wrestling is vastly different now.
Was it? I don't remember how long ago it was.
Well, back in the day when women would wrestle, it was more about.
Okay,
eye
so
candy
on
and
to other
stuff.
news. What are you guys?
I'm not gonna lie.
What have you guys been up to?
This wrestling conversation just shriveled my balls a little bit. like the steroids that all the wrestlers are on.
Nope. No, they're
Nope.
not.
Nope.
All right. They're all natural.
All natural.
Okay.
Probably now.
Vince McMahon said so, and I believe that man.
Yes.
When a
Roughly
70-year-old guy that's shredded tells you that the sport has no steroids, I believe him.
Like 100% natural is just pure, Cambodian breast milk. Nothing else at all.
Just like Vince McMahon giant's tits. Like those muscle tits from the steroids.
Jeez. Gynecomastia. But for my week, it's been relatively good. Been pretty chill. I'm not gonna lie, we haven't really talked about sneakers in the past like 2 episodes.
Oh,
I
snap.
feel like I got the itch. I'm not gonna lie. Like so, this like today I was working, and I don't know like a little person on my shoulder said, "Eric, you haven't bought any shoes for yourself recently. You should really treat yourself." I said, "What?" And it's like, Eric, you need to buy more shoes. You only have like 80 pairs. You need to get to 100.
I remember that phone call.
You remember
Yeah,
that phone
even
call?
100.
Yeah. So this is an old pair. There's like maybe 10 shoes I want to get. There's some Gundam shoes I really want to get. Some Gundam Dunks. I think I'm gonna get those. I'm pretty certain I'm gonna cop those. But I went to the closet today. Plethora of shoes, and I realized that I have not shown you one of my. That's not a grail, but it's a cool shoe. I remember the shoe when I was younger. What the shoe represents when I was younger, and now I can kind of indulge in that a little bit. So what I have here, actually, let me give you the correct name of these. I think they're not. Yeah, they're just called Jordan Retros, Jordan 5 Retros, but I didn't know if they had a specific name. But unofficially, that's really you can't see. Oh man, that's like really blinding.
Yeah, you can't see a detail in it. It just looks like a white shoe.
It is primarily a white shoe, but these are
Yeah, but I'm saying you can't see if it has any texture or patterns. You can't see it.
Yeah, it's really bright. It's like God touched these shoes personally. These
There you
are
go.
the Bel Air Jordan 5 Bel Air Retros. So the story behind these shoes, you see, it has like the funky. Remember back in the day, like everything had that like funky pattern.
Yeah, 90s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
90s and so forth. So this is supposed to represent a shoe that Will Smith back in the day actually wore. Now it wasn't this exact shoe and this exact colorway. It was a different colorway of the shoe, but it was a very retro shoe and really really cool. And I remember that episode when I was a kid. I always wanted Jordan 5s because I wanted them, but my parents couldn't afford them. And now, as an adult, I can now afford these shoes. So yeah, this is just a really cool, funky shoe that I got. Haven't worn them yet. Still, sole is clean. I don't think I've ever worn these shoes once. But yeah, very cool shoe. And it's just something I wanted to like share with you guys. With the what are we calling our listeners? We're calling them the blurgers, the blursters.
The blurries.
No,
Blurries. Oh yeah,
Blurries.
Blurries is good.
Yeah, the blurries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all dress up as us.
It's TBD. It's TBD.
To be
TBD.
determined. But I just want to share this. This was a pretty cool shoe. Like you can cop the shoe pretty much near a retailer. I mean, there's really no resale value in these, but it's just a cool shoe. Like, hey, if you were a '90s, born in the '80s baby, and you remember the Fresh Prince, that's just a cool retro shoe to throw back. So, keep it nice and short for the shoe corner. But when I do get the Gundam shoes, I will be posting those and showing you guys. I think the Ed Underground will actually love that shoe.
I would, yes.
Yeah, it's a pretty dope shoe. I'm not gonna lie.
Speaking of Gundam shoes, I think I saw they had Evangelion shoes, right? Or was
Oh,
I dreaming
really?
again?
I
I thought I saw somewhere that someone had Evangelion shoes.
Well, I've seen Evangelion in like mouse pads with.
Is it the purple and green one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's his color scheme. Yellow, green, black.
Is that
it was like lime green and purple.
Yeah, and purple.
is that like Unit 2? I think is the purple one, right?
Unit 2?
I thought that was like red. I thought it was like a
Oh
red
yeah,
I think
situation.
isn't that-
it's
yeah,
called
that's-
Supernova, the company. I just googled it right now.
I would, go and check out the Googles, but I'm kind of scared. Actually, you know what? It should be
No,
fine.
I got you.
No, it should be fine. So everybody who is watching this, if there's any technical difficulties,
It is Unit 1.
I am doing the streaming today, so I mean, I feel like we got most of the kinks out. But if there's any technical difficulties, blame the Ed Underground.
Yeah,
This is the
Underground.
voice of the Ed Underground, and if anything happens wrong, my name is the Ed Underground. Anything that's said that's distasteful, my name is the Ed Underground, and I take full responsibility. So what was the shoe? You said Evangelion what?
Evangelion.
I see the
Evangelion.
Nike Air Force One Evangelion Unit 1.
Oh, is that what it is?
I mean, that's the
No,
one.
I saw other ones. They look. It's.
Oh yeah, I see. That's pretty cool. Are
What's
these
it called?
customs? Are these official?
Supernova.
Oh,
I
these are
guess is the name of the
customs.
company.
Oh, there's customs.
They look
Supernova.
hideous, but it's an interesting, weird design at least.
Well, the
Oh yeah,
the
those are
mechs or the
ugly.
angels, whatever they're
Yeah,
called. I
you
mean,
found them?
Yeah.
they
Yeah, I
were
guess they
like
wanted to make him look
appealing.
like the robot or something, so it's
The
got like
angels robot,
weird.
whatever it's called.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that is very ugly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Gundams are more appealing than
Yeah.
Evangelion.
You guys seen? So you
I
seen the
I
Gundam?
disagree.
You seen the
Really?
Gundam
Yeah.
dunks?
No, the
I have not.
Evangelion robot is way better. Is cool, way cooler looking than the Gundam one.
Gundam, yeah.
Are you talking about the
Yeah,
original Gundam or
any Gundam,
Gundam?
any
Really?
Gundams,
Gundam,
period.
any
I would
Wow.
Gundam.
agree with
You
that.
guys
I
haven't
like
seen some
Evangelion.
Gundams then. There's been some amazing looking
I've
Gundams.
seen Gundams,
Yeah,
and
I've seen them all.
Evangelion is miles better.
For the most part,
Ah,
Gundams are
no.
very they're all the same.
No, the only thing that's really
They're
the
like
same,
variations on the first one.
the
Yeah,
only thing that's
yeah.
the same is the faceplate. That's pretty much it. Everything else
No, I
it's
mean if you look up the main Gundam from pretty much every series, they're more or less the same. They're
you
just
have
variations of the same Gundam.
yeah.
it's definitely evolved from when you saw
Sure,
it
I
Everything
mean
in
I
the
just
evolves.
said
90s.
they're lots
All
of
animes evolve,
variations.
but
Yeah.
I like
more
Gundam. I'm just
striking
saying
is
Evangelion is way cooler.
it's a
how they
cooler
design.
design.
Well, Evangelion. I always say I don't know why I was mispronounced that. I'm turning into it.
You are turning
Evangelion.
You
Bethesda.
said it better.
But
What are you
yeah,
talking about?
yeah, it's humanoid. They're humanoid shapes. So
Yeah,
that's a
Yeah,
little
they're
bit more.
organic.
Yeah, more. Yeah,
They're
they're
living
organic.
beings. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's why their movements of them are much different than Gundams. I feel like it's like you're trying to compare like two different like genres, even though they're robots, mechs, and
yeah.
so forth. They're really two different genres.
I mean, they're different, but the one that started the comparison was Ed,
Yeah, no,
where
no,
Ed
no.
said that because aren't what's it called Gundam, some of them are basically like warships, right? Where they have whole crews of people within the
No,
certain
Generally,
there's
it's
Gundams.
just one pilot on a
yeah.
mech.
I
Yeah.
thought some of the Gundams were
Oh, maybe I don't know.
No,
basically
there are
The general
warships.
Gundam is
yeah, that
usually
contain like hundreds of people inside, like any
Yeah,
other ship.
the warship, but it's not the Gundam. The Gundam's inside the
Okay.
warship.
Well, in either case, I mean, we got on this how about talking about Gundams thanks to the Gundam Dunks I'm trying to get. They were actually supposed to come out. One of them was supposed to come out this month, but something happened. I forgot what happened, but
whatever.
It got
Call me when you
stolen
get
again.
Evangelion dunks.
oh my goodness! All right, I'll make sure that when I get some Evangelion Dunks, I will call you, and then you'll show even less interest than you do now. So
Dang.
I know
Damn right.
I'm
Damn
setting
right.
myself up for failure.
Damn right.
What a jerk. Anywho, what have you
So,
guys been up to this week?
I've been car meets. So for those who don't know, I'm part of a car crew called Cars and Culture. Shout out to the crew if you guys ever listen or watch the podcast. But every Saturday, we've been doing car meets, and the first car meet we actually had was only like 7 people. And then we kind of just like promoted it, blew it up. Second car meet we had over 100 cars. Third car meet we had over, I would say roughly close to 200 cars. The most recent, around that same number, and it's been like supercars. It's been like cars you would see on Fast and Furious, cars you would not think would be like super souped up, like Lincolns and stuff like that. It's
Nice.
pretty cool, but
That's
yeah,
pretty
it
awesome.
So
feels like
do you usually like park around the corner and walk there or something?
Yeah, just
No,
out of
my
sheer
car-
shame.
no, my
Yeah.
car is knee deep into.
Oh,
that.
really? Oh, you're a
Yeah.
brave man. Brave man.
No, Ed basically went to like what's that car store that you get a bunch of stuff.
AutoZone.
Car store?
AutoZone. Ed basically went to AutoZone, went to like the section where you buy like lights and trinkets that you can slap on your car,
No.
and he just threw everything into his shopping cart.
Yeah,
And in Ed's mind,
No.
that equals performance, having a lot of
Yeah.
lights and flashiness.
No,
the
I've actually
lights-
got my stuff. I had Underglow for a while. I just never
You
installed
had
it.
one?
Underglow. Like,
Okay.
You know,
Lights.
it's like, no, guys, I didn't go to AutoZone. I went to Pep Boys, and they gave me the best deal ever. It was the greatest thing
It's
ever.
a greatest deal.
It's like, I put on the lights on, and I got like 5 more horsepower. I swear.
Yeah, exactly. How much more horsepower did you get from that underglow kit?
Oh, a lot, a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Mm.
Okay.
it
Hmm.
makes me go faster. Super
I
fast.
bet it does.
no hating though. It does make your car look. It does make your car look nice. I'll give you that.
I
Only
have
thing.
gotten a lot of compliments. So.
So did you install the underglow yourself? The kit.
Yes, I did, and I'm glad I did because when I did get it like
Mm-hmm.
once a year ago, it was to install it professionally. It's $600.
Yeah, it's a lot of wiring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
not really. No, the one I got, it's just one wire. You just have to like carefully install it underneath your car. So
Yeah.
I just did it myself. So I
Well,
saved
yeah.
like a lot of money for that. That's why I didn't
Nice.
install it right away because I saw the price of installing it. I said nope. So, but yeah,
Well, I think also, when you get a new car, keep your old car, and then just mod it the hell out. Like the best way to learn about cars is honestly just taking yours apart. And
I agree with that. Yeah.
so, I mean, that's why, like, for my car, I mean, I'm not a car guy like that, but I remember when I had my old Geo Metro, it had like two
Hell
horsepower,
yeah.
uh,
Hell yeah, that 3-cylinder engine,
three
baby.
cylinder that thing. I mean, some of my friends who I remember going to the club with, they made me drop them off like down the street, and they will walk to the club.
Yeah.
And I remember one
Yeah.
day, so we pull up to the club. This is out in like in New Jersey. We pull up to the club, right, and so there's like in the valet, there's like Ferraris and like
Mm.
Lambos and so forth. And my friends had been assholes to me all night about my car, and so we pull up, and at this club, like, you had to pull in to get a ticket to go park down at this lot by the club, and
Damn.
I locked. My friends were trying to get out the car the entire time. I had this one guy in the back of the car who was like maybe 400 pounds, big guy. He was like 6'6", trying to get out the car, and my back tires was hitting the bottom of my wheel well, so my car was scraping, making noise. They're like E man, let us out, man. I'm like, no, I'm like, forget you guys. You guys are talking all this shit. So I locked my car. They couldn't get out, and because if a Geo Metro wasn't, it's a two door car.
Yeah.
So it's a coupe. So I'm driving. I go to the valet. The valet, like, he's like, all right, no, you're about to go to the parking lot to park your
Yeah.
car. I said, nah, man. Yeah, give me that sweet valet. And my friends blew, because there was a whole bunch of hot girls in the line too.
Hell
And my
yeah.
friends, they said things I can't say on the stream to me, but they cursed me out from here to Sunday. Like, Eric, what the you motherfucker? I'm gonna kick your. So I was like, you know what? I don't really want to get my ass whooped. So I park. So I go down to the parking lot, whatever. So we go to the club. No one really cares about our car. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
On our way back, trying to leave the club, I swore. So in my memory, I feel like this hill was a like 80% incline or something like that. I felt like it was this steep. So we get in
Mm.
the car, and we know, like, everybody's leaving the club at the same time, so cars are going up the hill slowly. So I'm going up the hill with all my friends in it. Remember, I told you there's like a 400-pound guy that was like 6'8" in the back, and I had like two of my other friends in the back seat, which is, like I said, the car is squealing, and I have my friend, and then it's me in the front. I'm going up the hill, and my car stops moving, and I'm thinking like, oh, my friend's like, yo, E, stop playing, man. Like, get up this hill. The car's leaving. I'm like, no, my car's not going up the hill. They're like, man, E, stop playing. I'm like, no, I'm flooring it. I put my feet down to the pedal to the metal, and my car would not go another inch up this hill. And then I'm like, yo, guys, like, my car's not working. They're like, Eric, this bullshit. Like, hit the gas. I'm like, my car can't. I've been pedal to the metal for like 30 seconds. My car starts going backwards. All you hear is the engine. And I'm gunning it. Like, Eric, like, E, stop playing. So my friends jump out the back seat, pop the trunk, get out the trunk, and he start pushing,
Push it.
push my,
What?
push my car while I'm gunning it up the hill. And I'm like, oh man, at least we got up the hill. So now we're on flat road, we can get home. We start driving. and my car was pretty much full gas at the time. Start driving. My car ends up stalling randomly. Like we're going down the highway, I'm gunning it 40 miles an hour, pedal to the metal on this car, and my car starts sputtering. I'm like, shit. Okay, what are we gonna do? I'll pull over to a firehouse station, and my friends, it was like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, middle Jersey. This is before internet and all this other stuff. So we ended up having to like go to like some random house at 4 o'clock in the morning, like 5, 6 black guys, probably super scary. Asked for a taxi, the guy taxi, and I ended up leaving that car there for 7 months in front of this firehouse. It was in this abandoned lot. I didn't want the car anymore. I left it there, and eventually the firehouse ended up selling my car for like they said they got like $100 out of it for scrap metal, and yeah, that was my first car. So I ended up going back to the club a few times after that, and every couple weeks we'll check on the car. And I went back to the hill again, thinking like in my memory, like this hill was like like I say, 88% incline. It was actually like this. It was barely an incline in the entire thing. And I just realized like how shitty of a car I had. So as much as I give you shit about your car, I have literally driven hoopties that have fallen apart on me. I mean, I've had my bumper fall off on me, and I drove over the bumper. I had my one of my belts break while I was driving in the car with a date with a girl. That was extremely embarrassing. So, as much as I give you shit about your car, trust me, my car, I've had some bad stories, but I did have an underglow on it, and it was pretty fast. So that's where we share in common. We like putting underglows on shitty cars.
Wow.
Yeah.
Basically, my car is a good car, so
It makes it
yeah.
go faster, man. It makes it go faster. Anyways, past my shitty car and its shitty car stories. So what's good with entertainment this week? What happened this week that was big news?
DC fandom.
Baby.
No baby.
DC fandom, yeah, that's actually pretty awesome, man. I know we had recorded the previous week right before DC fandom kicked off, and Darkseid was like, "Hey, we need to definitely cover this." And I'm glad that we are covering it right now because there's a lot of good shit that happened DC fandom. I don't know what you guys want to kick it off with.
Hell yeah.
Unless
Well,
you
I
wanna kick
know
it off the
Darkseid
obvious.
has a list.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
go
let's
through
just.
the list.
I mean, I think he's on the right track here. Let's kick it off with the big dog here.
Okay.
The,
Right,
the
boy.
one trailer,
Aquaman
Let's
2.
do it.
Aquaman 2. You know it. You know it. Let's talk about it.
Nah, okay.
I
Let's talk
thought we
about
were gonna talk about the new Batgirl season because that's what I'm hyped
the
about.
bad girl. Jesus.
Batwoman.
Batwoman.
Wait,
How
we're
dare
gonna talk
Batwoman,
about
all right,
Harley
whatever,
Quinn.
same
She's
difference.
a woman.
I thought we were talking about Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
okay. Let's talk
Quinn show's
about
pretty
the
good.
Bat. Let's talk about the Batman.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
Batman trailer, the one they
Batman.
ended the freaking fandom on that I sat through the whole
Hell.
fandom waiting for
Yeah.
this thing to go through. I
Me
was like,
too.
They're gonna end this. They're gonna end this on the Batman, aren't they? Yeah, sure enough.
Sure
They
did.
I
sure
fell
did.
asleep twice to that thing. But as soon as somebody said Batman, I woke up. I was like, ah, Batman. I literally rolled out of the bed and turned up the volume, and
Nice.
it was worth it. What a
Wow.
great trailer!
Yeah,
What a great
It
trailer!
was good.
I'm
It
very
was
surprised you
really
said
good.
that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Really, you didn't like it?
No, I'm just for our viewers. We did not talk about anything fandom whatsoever before this podcast. So usually, like we go into like small details of what we want to talk about and so forth. We just said we want to talk about DC fandom. So we're like, our impressions are new to us.
They're raw.
Yeah, they're raw. I'm surprised that you liked it.
I like it because, all right, I could ask some of my friends that I often talk about Batman graphic novels and stuff like that with. There's a specific genre of Batman. I mean, I love Batman, but there's Batman, there's subgenres of Batman.
Sure.
Sure. And there is a specific subgenre of Batman I cream over, and that is the year one Batman. That is and when I say year one Batman, the Frank Miller's year one Batman graphic novel is my favorite graphic novel. It's better than Dark Knight Returns for me. Is because there's something about a man in a costume going out into the night and being a vigilante, and that comic sums it up that the cops are after him, the criminals are after him, the whole city's after him, and he's going to turn the whole thing upside down. And he's a guy in a costume. I love the cloth costume in Batman Year One, by the way. I'm not a big fan of the armor that the movies have him in. I love cloth costume because it's even more down to earth. It's just like a guy in an outfit. He's got gadgets, he's on a motorcycle, and he's just tearing ass through Gotham City, just striking fear and beating people up.
Right.
So that's the subgenre of Batman I love when it comes to comics, when it comes to TV shows, anything that touches on the year one aspect of Batman and specifically the like fundamentals of Batman, not like the fancy billionaire like Batwing and everything. I love that obviously, but there's just something about the down to earth Batman. And this movie is like the cream dream of that idea, like the everything about this depiction of Batman, from the car, which is like somebody just put it together in a shop somewhere and just souped it up. It doesn't look like a millionaire like the Tumbler or like the 89, my favorite 89.
It's a muscle
Batmobile.
car.
Yeah,
It's a muscle
Basically.
car.
Yeah.
It looks like somebody, any one of us with time and expertise could put that.
Yeah, it looks
together.
basically like a Mad Max vehicle.
It does.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It just, it looks like something that, like a crazy vigilante would throw together.
I think it's more like Fast and the Furious. Dominic Toretto, you know, like
Oh, the Charger.
Charger, yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Was it a Charger or a Challenger?
Challenger.
Challenger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it a Challenger? Oh, we'll figure it out later.
I don't know.
I think
You're talking about the one with the giant air scoop, right?
It's his signature car that they towed around to every part of the world, whatever he has a mission. Somebody's moving that car around. Ridiculous.
Hell yeah.
But the thing is, like, I mean, I agree. Like, you know, with this one, it feels raw. It feels raw, and it reminds me of the year one of a vigilante Batman who doesn't know what the hell's going on. Like, he's not the refined, smooth, not even charismatic. Well, kind of charismatic. Batman, he's a man of few words a lot of times, but you know, kind of charismatic. He says the right things. He does the right things. Really smooth with it. This Batman is a Batman full. It's the opposite of Batfleck. Batfleck was full of rage, full of anger, full of
He had lived through some
deranged.
shit.
Yeah, he was like deranged after Jason Todd's death and so forth. And now you have this Batman who is angry, but angry in a different level of he's getting out, he's trying to fight crime, he has his anger against villains and so forth is raw, not the composed Batman that we know. And I really like that. Like someone said that this Batman felt like more of a horror movie of Batman as opposed to a typical like the 90s Batman cartoon where he was a detective more or less. This one felt like a horror movie where, like you said, everybody wants to capture him, and everybody fears him. The criminals fear him, police fear him, everybody fears him, and this is not the Batman of I think we were talking about this last week, where the Batman of, oh yeah, Batman's here to save the day. It's like scared people, the Batfleck Batman, where even the good people who are being saved by him are scared of him. And I really like that. I really think this is a good one.
Yeah, I think we were talking about last time where that small scene, I wish they could have emphasized it, where it was like a bit of a horror movie, where basically Batman is like a creature, like it's not even human.
Big
So when
time.
the cops go in there, it's like all dark and he's
Creepy.
like crawling everywhere. Yeah, it's creepy as hell.
Big time, and a lot of people have said this, so I'm not the first one to say it, but big time David Fincher, the Seven vibes. You know what I mean? Big time Seven vibes. And we go down into the character designs, but man, the Riddler looks like the fucking Zodiac killer.
Green bastard, you mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say he looks like the Zodiac killer right out of that movie too.
He looks like it. At first, in the teasers, I honestly thought it was gonna be Hush, just because of how they made him look.
Yeah. I mean,
thought
that would
that
have been
too.
interesting, but what a fresh take. Well, no, I guess not a fresh take. I mean,
It's not a
we've been
fresh
down
take.
we've been down this gritty road before.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's been a while. I'm just glad
Oh,
that
welcome.
it's not the Joker again.
Yeah.
That now we finally have, and the Penguin. Holy crap! My wife didn't even know that was what's his name.
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell, because I'm like, I even told him
Yeah.
like we watched the trailer. I'm like, who do you think that is? And she gave me like 100 guesses, and neither one of them was Colin Farrell. I'm like, that's Colin Farrell.
Yeah,
That's
that's good.
insane.
And then the
Yeah,
thing
they
is, this is
basically made
pre.
him into a
This is
mobster too, like an Italian mobster.
Yeah, this is pre-Penguin actually. So, I mean, how he transforms into the Penguin, and I'm assuming that we're gonna get subsequent films. I wouldn't be surprised if he becomes a later bad guy, but yeah, this is not the Penguin as we know it. This
Mhm.
is going to be a transformation eventually. But yeah, Colin
Mhm.
Farrell doesn't even look like himself, which is
Yeah, he
really
doesn't look
good.
himself. It's insane.
It's kind of reminds me of like Heath Ledger when he played the Joker.
Mhm.
He did not look like himself, and if you
Mhm.
saw him in full costume, you would have never known who the actor was.
Mm.
Now, I really do appreciate that because sometimes you can get kind of what sometimes it works very well, sometimes it doesn't. Like when you look at Ben Affleck, he's such a phenomenal actor that you don't look at him as Ben Affleck when you watch the Batman vs Superman and so forth. But then you look at other Batman like I would say like Val Kilmer, and he'd be like, "Yep, that's Val Kilmer."
Mm.
There's a certain thing, or like even with
George Clooney
George
is
Clooney. I
the
was saying
most
George
George Clooney is
blatant
the
George
most.
Clooney.
Clooney. I love the George Clooney voice as Batman. It was
Yeah,
Uh,
just
Yeah,
it was just George Clooney. It was
yeah.
beautiful.
It was
it was
nothing
Yeah,
great.
great. He
Batman,
didn't
everyone.
change anything. Yeah.
No, he didn't have time.
It looks like,
Mm.
but you know who actually has the best Batman voice? I would say by far,
Mhm.
better than Batfleck's my best. I think it's the best representation of Batman
Mm.
thus far, outside of Matt Reeves' Batman, who we have yet to see. I would say Val Kilmer had the best Batman voice overall
What?
from live action. I'm
Hmm.
not saying he was the best Batman, not at all. But I'm saying like the voice of like because Batman himself when he's playing himself is very monotone. He's not like
Mhm.
he doesn't show a lot of emotion. But then you have Bruce Wayne, who's a lot more emotion, has shown a lot more emotion. He puts that on that facade. But Val Kilmer's voice, I actually watched Batman. Was it Batman Not Returns? Batman
Batman
Forever.
Forever.
Batman Forever. I
Mhm.
actually watched it, portions of it again, and his Batman is actually really good. He has a smooth monotone voice. Is really great. I love him as Batman. To be honest, I love him. I love his voice as Batman. You put the mask. If he had an actual regular bat suit, I think that would be a really good Batman.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, overall, this Batman, I'm looking forward to it. I did have a problem with kind of the same thing Darkseid you said about the armor. Like in the trailer, everybody was shooting his chest. Apparently, his entire
Yes.
body is bulletproof. But I don't
Yeah.
know if you noticed, it seems like his pants are the cloth pants. They're not even cloth pants. They're like, oh, they look like khakis or something like that. Like,
See, that's what I love about the the Batman Year One, about the cloth outfit.
right?
He is nuts. He's out of
Yeah,
his
yeah,
mind to do that. He's in that outfit, and then he puts like, I mean, I think it's in Dark Knight Returns. I think he talks about why the logo is orange or yellow on
Yellow.
his chest. It's because it gives people a target
yeah.
to shoot at.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hmm.
it just gives. It's like just it goes into uh his psychology a little bit of he's, and definitely they captured it here where he's something off about this Bruce Wayne, this Batman.
Right.
I tell you, my favorite. So Batman Year One is my favorite comic with Batman in it. My favorite scene in that comic is one of the first times he goes out as Batman and he stops these two criminals on a catwalk or a balcony
Mm-hmm.
who are they're stealing like a TV or something from this apartment, and he confronts them, and he knocks one of them off, and they fall backwards, and he grabs him, and you're listening to his inner monologue about how he's clumsy and he made a mistake, he shouldn't have done that, and the other guy is coming to hurt him
Mm-hmm.
while he's holding on to this other guy. He doesn't want to drop him. The mistakes he makes in Batman Year One, I love that stuff because we're used to this refined, perfect Batman later on.
Hmm.
He's like this ninja, but that's the stuff about Batman Year One that I love. That's just like this rough around the edges, just like the Batmobile, just like his outfit. It's not there yet, but it will be, and it's just like to see him, you know, go through that rough period or like to find that final Batman um, version that we'll know if we ever get there with this version. It's just fun for me to watch that to see how that metamorphosis.
I think we're going
So
to get that in this movie. Um, and I do agree with the suit, but also disagree at the same time. I think if you like imagine yourself, like you're going out into this city to actually, stop crime, you're going to want to be fully decked out in armor so you won't get hit by bullets or whatever, except for your face, of course, because, they got to see your face. But you got to be full decked out in armor. So, like, no bullets can just penetrate you and just kill you on the spot. And then people got to worry about, like, oh, that's my boy who's on TV. He's what? He's dead, or just stuff like that. So, but I love the tone in this movie. Also, I think I'm probably speaking way ahead of myself, but this might be my favorite Batman movie.
I mean,
It
you're
might
still.
be. It's a lot to say.
There's not a lot to
Based
say.
on the trailer, it is for me. It's a lot to
You're
say.
basing it off.
You're
But
basing it on a trailer.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
We're all
I am
basing it on a
but
trailer.
he did say he did say he might be speaking
ahead of
way
myself.
ahead of himself.
You
Yeah.
are
But,
way ahead of yourself.
but the
Yeah.
thing
We'll
is
see.
that
Let's just wait until we watch the movie.
But the thing is this. I mean, I'm not gonna say this is. I definitely can't say this is gonna be my favorite Batman. When I look back, I looked at clips of the old Batmans, all the different Batman movies. I mean, going back to the Keaton era of Batman, I definitely think that's a little bit overrated. It's good, but it's not the oh my goodness, this is the greatest thing ever. Keaton Batman was very. It reminds. It's a kind of the Sam Raimi treatment of Spider Man. Very campy, very cartoonish in a way. Back when that I mean, 80s, 90s. That's how. I mean, it's the best superhero movie you could expect during those times. Um, but I would definitely not put it on my, top Batman. I still think Batfleck is probably the best representation, emotion wise, mental state wise, of any Batman that we've seen. I mean, Clooney, Val Kilmer, yeah, those are definitely bottom of the barrel. Adam West, that's just old nostalgia Batman. That's always gonna be a perfect place. But Batfleck, even though I think people hated on Ben Affleck just because they were coming off the Christian Bale high at the time.
Mhm.
But I still think that's the best Batman that has come out so
Okay,
far.
so but are you saying that Keaton, are you referring to his portrayal of Batman or the movie itself?
The movie itself, I don't know.
The movie
Like,
itself.
yeah,
Okay.
his
So
portrayal of
like
Batman is
for
good.
you, what's the best Batman movie that you've watched so far?
I-
Movie, not the best, Batman character, just movie.
overall film.
Yeah,
Ooh,
overall film.
I mean, it's.
that's a. I think
I gotta say, Dark Knight.
Yeah,
the-
same here.
the
Dark
trilogy.
I
Knight.
mean, yeah. If you're talking about film, like top to bottom, it's the best made Batman movie.
yeah,
It
Dark
was
Knight.
like-
Like,
series.
yeah, you can't really argue it.
I would say
Now-
actually, I would say no. I would, to be honest, I would say Batman Begins is not bad.
I love Batman Begins.
But
But Dark Knight, Dark Knight
was, yeah.
perfects the idea of
It
the
does.
Batman Begins.
Yes.
And then
Now, top to
anyone's
bottom,
free.
the coolest Batman's got to be Michael Keaton's Batman. He's got the
I have to
best
agree.
Batmobile. The
Yes.
best Nothing has come close.
Yeah,
Nothing has
close.
come close to
Yes.
that
Okay,
Batmobile.
Coolest, yes.
Coolest.
Best portrayal,
Coolest.
Batfleck.
Batfleck is the best portrayal.
Yeah, no, I really like Batfleck. I really do. But I'm just saying, if you want to be Batman, what universe do you want to drop into?
Keaton.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, Keaton.
It's Keaton.
Because it looks fun.
Yeah,
God
it looks-
damn,
I
it
don't
looks
want to
cool.
be Nolan's universe where everything's depressing.
No, it's scary as hell.
Yeah. Granted, I did not like Jack Nicholson's Joker.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
that was an amazing joke.
Oh my God.
I'm
That was
sorry.
an amazing
I'm not. A huge
Yeah, that's
fan.
tragic.
I'm not a huge fan of it.
It was a different Joker. It's not. It was.
It's the quintessential Joker.
I think
Yeah,
that's the
quintessential,
most.
yeah.
It's the quintessential Joker.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
also,
it.
we have to keep in mind that before the Keaton Batman, like now in retrospective, it's campy and corny and everything.
Yeah.
But at that time,
That was Batman.
the only Batman that was out there was a cartoon character.
And the Adam West.
With the Super Friends, and everyone was happy and campy.
Yeah.
And then they made this movie that was way darker than what anyone thought.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, and
if
I'd say
So
the
you
anything.
Sam
also gotta take
Raimi-
that into account.
The Sam Raimi Spider-Man films are more in line with the Joel Schumacher Batman movies, less with the um, Tim Burton. Tim Burton,
Tim
I
Burton,
think,
Yeah,
is
Tim Burton.
some middle ground between Christopher Nolan and Schumacher's Tim Burton, like early Tim Burton.
I would
Schumacher,
put that opposite. I'll put Nolan is in between Burton, honestly, because Burton it was a pretty dark Batman.
Nolan is between what?
Are you talking about like feel of, or are you talking about like themes?
I'm talking
That's
about like
feel.
on one end you have Nolan, which is this ultra gritty,
Oh,
and
you're
then
talking
on
about
the other hand
okay.
you have Schumacher, which is like
Yeah.
the
Okay, yeah,
the
yeah.
ballroom
Kinda
scene
campy.
in
Scene.
Batman and Robin,
Yeah.
and then in the middle, in the between the two, you have the Burton, the first two,
I was
which
thinking
are super dark and super creepy and
right.
super inappropriate for kids.
The second
at the
one
time.
went darker than the first one too.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
It had
more
like more
violent.
murders, more like you know
Yeah.
sexual
sexuality.
innuendos.
Sexual innuendos, yeah.
everything. Yeah.
No, I was thinking more of
Mhm.
like the way that it's shot, like darkness wise, not like theme wise. I think you're talking more about theme, theatrical, like
Yeah.
yeah. I
I'm
was talking
thinking
about
about
like dark. I'm thinking about like 'cause I'm thinking with Tim Burton's
Cinematography?
It's,
You mean
cinematography,
like,
yeah, it's dark.
okay.
I still think that the Burton ones are fairly dark. I think
They're
they're
fairly
the
dark,
darkest
yeah.
dark is the out of the they're shot on like this
I mean, if we're
film
talking about
and they have these dark
dark,
sets.
Zack Snyder loves dark cinematography.
Zack
Yeah.
Snyder does love dark cinematography.
He
loves.
does,
Yeah.
There's
yeah,
some
I mean,
scenes.
He
in
does not
the
like
Batman
color,
movies
he does
where
not
I don't
like
even know what's
light.
going on because it's so damn dark.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
true. Like, if you don't have like an ultra high definition TV that can really handle blacks, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're gonna be blind. It's gonna be like 80% of the screen. You're not gonna know what's happening.
Yeah.
And then don't, God forbid, you have a light on
Yeah.
in the room. If you have a light on, you might as well just kiss 30% of the movie goodbye.
It's
'cause you're
gonna
not
be
gonna
like
see.
midnight and you have to have your shades all the way down. He's like, I think I see Batman.
So the stars are bringing too much light into this room. Yeah, cutting out Snyder only reason why I'm cutting out Snyder from Batman movies is because of the fact that he never did a solo Batman movie. So for
That's
him,
true.
That
so
is true, yeah.
So that's the only thing. Like that's why I didn't even consider him when we were talking about like ranking Batman movies, is because there's really
I would
I
would
mean,
But you-
Batman
don't
versus
say Batman
Superman,
versus Superman.
He's still one of the
no no
leads.
no no.
He's one of the
Which is
leads.
in Batman vs Superman. I would say the warehouse fight sequence is better than two whole movies in the Batman franchise.
absolutely.
So, like, I mean, the warehouse
Oh
fight
my
sequence
goodness, that warehouse
is better
sequence
than
is
Forever
Clooney.
and
Clooney
Batman and
combined.
Robin.
Yeah.
No,
Sure,
no, no.
sure, sure.
The
Right.
Batman, the warehouse scene in that is better than, I would say, hands down. I will stand by this. The warehouse scene is better than any action scene in any Batman movie to date. It is the best. It is the quintessential Frank Miller Batman fight scene.
Yeah.
Best Batman, hands down. Brutality.
Fight scene, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll say that
I
scene.
think Ed
Fight scene, yeah.
disagrees.
I'm not.
Which one?
I'm just thinking back of.
Oh, 'cause you were
past
making
Batman
faces.
movies. No, I'm just. I'm
No,
thinking
he
back.
said fight scenes.
I would say yeah.
Does that mean
best
like
action scenes. Any action.
For me, it's very controversial because Batman kills a whole bunch of people in
He sure
Oh,
does.
that
my
warehouse
goodness.
sequence.
Same in the-
Brutally
Yeah,
Did we
I
see
murders
anybody?
people.
Did he?
In the
Did he
kid one, he
directly
also
kill
killed
anybody?
people.
Yeah, there's one point where he
Yes.
throws the grenade at this guy, and you cut away, and there's this massive explosion.
No, 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 no.
The guy
no,
has
no.
nowhere
no,
to
no,
run.
No,
Yes.
no, bullshit. This is what happened.
Do you remember that?
No, this is what happened. Bullshit. If you're gonna talk about it correctly.
Yeah,
The
sure.
guy came in. He busted the door down. Bah, got the grenade. Batman threw the batarang at him. I think he threw the batarang or he kicked somebody into him. The guy loses the grenade, and the
Yeah, it
guy's
drops.
like, it drops. And he's like, oh
Yeah.
shit. He picks the
Right.
grenade and then blows up. Batman's
Right.
moved
He's
on.
forgetting where he
That's
used
true.
a
That's
submachine
true.
gun to blow up
Hey,
a
hey,
vehicle
wait,
with
wait.
a person
Yeah,
in
Wait,
it.
wait,
also,
the
and
night-
also he
No,
grabs
no.
the guy's gun and shoots the other people with it.
Guys,
Like with
Or
his
when he
hands.
shot the guy's gas tank so he would explode.
guys.
And in a nightmare sequence, he killed what? People all around him.
Oh, yeah, he
Guys,
snapped the
guys,
guy's neck.
Yeah.
That's not important, guys. We're talking about the first 10 seconds of the warehouse scene. All that other stuff that was incidental, man.
Look, we could go this. I mean, I debated this many years in my life. In Batman '89, he
kills.
drives through
Yeah,
the warehouse and
Yeah.
he blows it up as he's going, and there are definitely people inside that
Exactly.
In
warehouse.
the second
Did he
movie,
see
he burned
anybody?
someone alive with his car. Remember?
Yes, he does.
Yes.
He turns it around and burns them alive.
So you know
I mean,
what?
it's third degree burns though, but they
Didn't he
lived.
fall in like in some kind of snow, pile of snow or something like that?
Snow what?
Snow.
No, he
I could have.
kills. Go back and watch the movie, like the
Yeah, I
Dark
mean they
Side, the one
fell
you
in
saw
the
talking
snow,
about it.
but they
There's
sustained
a
horrible
warehouse
burns to their body.
But did he?
full of
But did he
villains,
die?
and he drops grenades.
Possibly, we don't know.
He did not
I
die.
hope they, you
I
know.
think you guys. I think your bias is speaking first and foremost.
Look, I'm
Batfleck.
not biased. I'm
Batfleck.
just saying,
Only thing he's guilty of is
branding people.
maybe putting a couple cars on the top of people,
Mm,
blowing up some boats.
mm.
Okay, he maybe shot somebody's gas tank, but I mean, come
Maybe.
on, maybe.
He's branding people. Do you think he cares?
He kills
Yeah.
people.
No, I mean this is
Well,
this.
I mean, the
We've
Bat Flick is definitely,
A
I
killing
think they
Batman.
established. Yeah, he's a killing Batman. He's a Batman that's
No
crossed the
mercy.
line.
Yeah.
So we never got to see the line being crossed. It had to do with the Robin that died, but he
Yeah.
crossed the line. He is into the Frank Miller territory of that
Well,
failed Batman.
He's
Yeah.
not
I
my
think
Batman.
what Zack Snyder said about his Batman was basically he wouldn't directly kill someone, like he wouldn't shoot someone, but he, let's say, like you said, if he threw a grenade and there happened to be whatever around, then that's it. That's why they were kind of weird indirect.
There's
kills.
literally a scene where he turns. He's guy's holding a gun,
Gun.
and he takes the guy's hand,
He
turns
shoots
it, and shoots people with the guy. He's
Yeah,
like, the guy's like, "Oh God, these are my friends! No, Batman, no!" He's like, "I didn't
I'm
do
just
it. You
telling-
did. Stop
I'm
hitting
just
yourself.
telling you what I'm just telling you what Snyder
Stop
said.
killing
I
your
didn't say
friends.
this.
Stop killing your friends.
Stop
You
killing him.
murderer!
Stop killing him.
Why'd you do that?"
But the thing is that if we look at the Batman that was showed in by Zack Snyder was accurate to the Batman. It wasn't like he made a new Batman that just killed out randomly. He had a Batman that killed according to the comics. We've had
No.
Frank
The
Miller, yeah,
original one. See,
In
killed
Frank
him.
Miller's Batman, there's a great scene where, they have the gang has those guns. Remember that scene with the guns?
yeah.
Is it like
Where
in
he's
the
trying to
game?
teach those kids not to use the guns. He's
Yeah.
like, this is the. I think he's very much still
He's-
Yeah,
as,
in-
as
indirectly
non
he's-
as non-lethal in that horrible hellish future as possible.
Yes, he's
He
not.
hates guns in Frank Miller's run.
I mean, he has guns to shoot
He has guns,
Superman
yeah.
and shit.
Yeah,
No,
he has
I know
guns,
he
yeah.
to shoot Superman, but against like people, you're right. He
Yeah.
does make a point of not killing.
But the thing
Yeah.
is, but even with Zack Snyder,
Because
he
it's
wasn't.
harder to do it that
Yeah,
way.
but he wasn't. We have not seen, and I'm not gonna let you shit on my boy. He was not going out there with 2 AKs, about going down there shooting people. Like, bah, 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 bah,
Again,
bah, bah,
the
bah.
nightmare scene, I think, literally has that happen in it.
It does.
Okay, but that's
No, he
nightmare
does.
scene. That's different. That's not.
Okay, all right,
Okay,
I'll
still
give you
come
that.
on.
It's still him.
If you want
I'll
to
give you
reference
that.
the comics, the original ones, Batman, like the very first issue, he
Oh,
threw
yeah,
someone
yes,
in a pit of acid to kill him.
Yeah, the
And-
early
and all
like
the
the
other
golden
issues,
the golden age Batman,
he
he's
would
like
kill everybody.
relentless killing
Yeah,
machine.
did he,
Yeah, there was
like,
one where he literally grabbed a villain and his ship and basically pulled him up with the ship so that he would hang him and kill him, and basically drag his body around while
Well,
flying his bat
Okay,
ship.
well, the people in the 40s were stone cold mofos, okay?
Yeah,
They
they
laughed
were.
at that. The children called it the funnies.
Yeah, they did. That wasn't a funny section. I mean, they were going through a world war, so we gotta give
Yeah,
them.
that's some bleak stuff.
Yeah.
That was their comedy.
But going back to
Laughing
matters.
at the corpse.
But I mean, I think this Batman. I really do like this Batman though. This Matt Reeves. I think he, like I said, it feels more like a horror movie. It goes back to the. Like, I've been reading online about a lot of people's reactions to this, and this, like, a lot of people are mentioning that this might be the most deranged Batman that we have seen thus far, which is crazy because we just came from the Bat flick with Jason Todd being killed, and I don't know if you guys remember that scene where he's talking to Alfred, talking about, hey, I need the suit. I want to break into Lex Luthor's house, but I can't do it as Bruce Wayne. I need the suit. And Alfred's like, you've been invited. And then the next scene has, Ben Affleck or Bruce looking at the suit, and it's all dark and it looks like a demon, and he just stares at the suit for like 10 seconds. And then he walks by the Robin suit where it says, "Ha ha, joke's on you." And he walks up, takes a shower. All that is just super dark. Now, that might be Zack Snyder's way of directing, but it really tells a scene. in my mind that how deranged Batman is. Like Batman, we already know that Bruce Wayne is the costume. Batman is his real persona. That's who he really is. But out of all the Batmans that we have seen, I would say recently, with Dark Knight, the Dark Knight trilogy to this, like Christian Bale's Batman never made me feel like he was really Batman. Like Batman was really him. Like he couldn't live without the Batman. Not to the same extent that Batfleck did. Like Ben Affleck felt like he can't live without being the Batman.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like like that's still a deranged Batman. Like Ben Affleck, even though like,
can we rank the PTSD levels of Batman from George Clooney, who really doesn't even know he's in a suit or not, or to this this version of Batman who's doesn't know what's happening around him.
Yeah, George Clooney's
that
Batman.
Is true. George Clooney would be the least.
Yeah, George Clooney.
He'd be the least Batman.
It looks like he just showed up.
He's perfect. He's perfectly. What is the term psychologically when you're fine? What is that term? Adjusted. He's the most adjusted.
Yeah.
Batman.
He's like, hey, you know what I feel like doing on a Friday night? I
got nothing to do. I guess I'll be Batman.
Let me just be Batman. Hey,
good times.
hey, Joker.
Chicks take the car.
Yeah. If we're gonna rank PTSD from least, it would definitely be George Clooney. Second to that, I would say Val Kilmer. Third,
no, I would actually say Keaton.
You think Keaton?
I think Val Kilmer brought a little bit of angstiness to the role that I think Keaton he smiled too much, and I love that Batman.
You wanna get nuts?
Yeah, let's get nuts.
But that wasn't as Bruce Wayne. That was more like Bruce Wayne.
No, even as Batman, I think he's a little more adjusted than Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer was too calm and chill as Batman.
But if you remember Batman Forever, they go into the psychology of Batman a little bit, and Dr. Chase Meridian,
what's her name,
remember,
keeps trying to psychoanalyze him.
Yeah,
because he
Chase
keeps
Meridian.
Talking about his nightmares of the bat and everything.
Yes, so they kind of
right.
he's got some issues, and they kind of touch on why she analyzes him as
that's how
why he needs to be Batman.
Because he saw his nightmare, remember?
Well, didn't Keaton? Well, I know, he saw his nightmare and so forth, and then it gets reversed onto him and so forth. But didn't Keaton get psychoanalyzed too? I thought he got psychoanalyzed too. I can't remember who did it, but I
don't know. But yeah, I think
if he did, they didn't really dwell on it too much.
No, he doesn't dwell on
it. It's just something.
I just think Keaton is a little more adjusted to being, and that's why I think he's the coolest Batman. But I think he's just adjusted to being. Like it doesn't seem like it's his burden or anything.
You're right. You know what? Keaton is before he turns into Batfleck, but after whatever this new movie is, it's like where he's in that happy medium where he's adjusted to being Batman.
I love it. They're like images in my mind of Michael Keaton like having a little smile. He's Batman, and it's just nostalgia for me. I love it.
Remember the first time he introduced himself? He's fighting those two homeless guys on in they're on top of a building, just getting high, living their best life.
Yeah,
he beats them up, and he's like, who are you? I'm Batman. And he just says it in such a way it's so cringy now. I'm just like,
no way, it's not cringy.
It is cringy because then he does the whole.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
That is awesome.
No, it's
you know what that reminds me of? Remember with the Roadrunner when the wolf bought that wingsuit and he did the same.
Yeah.
That's what he did the whole time. Like, you guys don't remember that shit?
I remember it, but in my mind it's cool. It's not my mind. It's not.
Watch it again because it's random as hell.
It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work for me. I'm totally
years old watching this for the first time.
Me too. I drank the Kool-Aid.
I'm done. For me, that's just dripping cool. I've watched that movie a million times.
Yeah.
You think cool. You think it's cool, fine, but it's just
that's fine. Yeah,
it's cringy now watching it. But back in the day, it used to be cool. Back in the day, it was cool. But
we'll get to campy. We'll get to campy on this scale here.
Yeah, but the thing
is,
this
is not campy.
Okay, I agree. So
it's not campy.
Tim Burton is not campy.
It's cringy.
Okay, so it would be Clooney, then Keaton. We agree at least.
No, I
Oh
disagree.
wait, is Adam West on this list? Because
No,
he's even
no,
more
no.
adjusted.
Okay,
than
yeah.
He's
George Clooney.
off. No,
Okay.
he's off the charts.
Adam West is
Adam West.
is-
Yeah, he's the source.
Yeah.
over-
He's the
Weekend
source.
Batman, baby. He's Weekend Batman.
Yeah, he's when you have eyebrows on your mask. Yeah, you're living a great life.
when you do the what's it called, the Batusi.
At 2C.
See, oh yeah,
When you have your own dance,
yeah.
you're pretty adjusted as Batman here. I mean, he had a lot of bat like stuff. He took a lot of time to do all
the
that.
shark repellent spray.
Yes, yeah. The bat
Or the
this,
bat
the
copter.
that.
It's
Back,
like, I don't know whose helicopter that is. It's a giant bat
Or
symbol.
carrying a big bomb out of the city.
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever.
But
Alright,
okay,
so it
so
starts
Adam
with
West.
Adam West.
No,
Yeah.
no, it doesn't start
He's
with
the
Adam
most
West.
adjusted.
Adam
Okay,
West
so
is
Adam West.
negative 5,000. He's
Yeah.
off
Then
the charts.
Clooney.
Then
Then
Clooney.
Clooney.
I am
Then
not in
who?
agreement. I am not in agreement with Keaton still.
I gotta agree with Darkseid on this.
What do you think? What do you think?
It's gotta
Okay,
be Keaton.
so
What do you think, Ed? You're gonna be
Yeah.
the
And Underground, go ahead.
So 0 is West.
West,
right?
and then it goes to
Yeah.
1
Clooney.
is Clooney. Clooney,
hmm
yeah.
I'm
Kilmer,
saying
second.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Kilmer be third.
Okay.
Kilmer be third.
Third.
I would say, how about how we, because we already have West, we have Clooney. Then the third one would be West, or not West. It'll be Kilmer
Keaton.
or Keaton. How about we have them tied? How about that?
Okay.
No.
Fine. Let's
Tied.
have
Let's,
time.
let's have them tied.
We're not gonna agree.
We're not gonna agree.
That's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. But I think that if you were to watch Batman Forever again, watch the first three. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I'll
you know
actually
what?
watch them. I actually do.
I
want
watched
them.
it not too
I-
long ago.
I think yeah,
And the villains are super goofy,
yeah,
but Kilmer does portray like a tortured soul.
yeah.
So I was like, okay.
I remember that like the
Yeah.
tragedy of him.
He has nipples in his suit. No,
He does, yeah.
Yeah, he's no.
We're talking about how well adjusted they are, not about how.
No, we can tell his
corny
nipples are
goofy it is.
very, very stiff. They don't adjust much. They're very stiff. Okay, fine.
They're for aerodynamic reasons. They cut through.
I
there
just
like no one's
think Michael
business.
Keaton is having a better time than Val Kilmer.
Okay,
So do
okay,
I.
wait.
Michael
okay,
Keaton
okay,
Batman
wait.
is having a better time being Batman than Val Kilmer Batman is having a.
Okay, I will agree with that. Yes, I
So
definitely.
that's the scale we're talking about.
Sure,
adjustment
sure.
here.
Okay, sure. Okay, I would give you then Keaton. Okay, when
Okay,
you say it like that,
okay.
yes.
There we go.
Keaton then Kilmer.
Kilmer.
Then Kilmer.
Okay.
Then
Now here's the question. Well, it's not a question. It's got to be Christian
Bale.
Bale.
it has to be Christian Bale
Yeah,
because
it's gotta be
we
Christian Bale.
never actually, even though what's her name dies, it's still not to the same level. That did not break him as much on screen as Robin died.
Jason Todd.
Yeah. So I would say
When
Rachel.
Rachel.
when
yeah.
Rachel died.
Rachel.
Yeah.
Wait, was it Jason Todd or was it Dick Grayson?
Jason Todd.
Okay.
Is it confirmed? I don't remember if that was
Yeah,
confirmed.
Jason Todd. Because
It was?
Showed the
Okay.
Yeah,
suit.
because
I don't think
Dick
they
Grayson-
said who it was.
Dick Grayson was the original Robin, and then Jason Todd took it over for
Yeah,
and that was the second. That was the
but
second
in the Snyderverse, it is confirmed that that's Jason Todd.
I don't
I
think he,
don't know.
Because Todd's supposed to be.
oh no, yes it was because
Red
remember
Hood
Jason
at some point.
because he said, "Hey, this is your adopted son." Remember
No, we're
Joker?
talking about the universe,
But remember when the
the
Joker?
Zack Snyder universe. No, I'm telling Ed.
Oh yeah.
'Cause
Okay,
he's still talking about the comics.
Oh yeah, we're talking about it's next Snyder. But remember what's his name was talking about? Joker was talking during the nightmare scene. He was
Nightmare
like, you know,
scene.
it's like an adoptive son.
Mm.
He's like, you
Robin
should-
was,
No, Jason Todd.
but they're all his adopted sons.
And
I mean,
daughter,
technically, yeah. No,
Yeah,
you're
they're
right.
all
Yeah,
his
he's
wards. I
adopted.
mean, they're all
Yeah.
technically his
except
sons.
for
Except his actual son.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't even think they had.
I don't think.
that.
Yeah.
No,
did
they never
ever-
got to that.
I guess they never did actually.
I guess they
never
left
said
the
it, they
door
just
open.
showed
I
the
mean,
suit.
if I
They
had
showed
to
the
guess,
suit,
I
right.
would. If I had to guess, I'd have to guess Jason Todd too.
Based on the suit too. The suit was very,
Yeah, just that Joker killed the Robin. Who'd he kill? I mean, it had to be him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it had to be Jason. Todd.
I mean, it would have been kind of cool if they did like in the Snyderverse somehow like they did a red. What's his name? Red Hood.
Red Hood?
If they actually resurrected him, that'd be.
I
kinda
think
cool if they did.
that was the whole plan. I think that's why they had all that stuff in there.
Oh yeah, that would have led
would've been
straight
awesome.
into the actual.
And also, there was a long
time.
time theory that Jared Leto Joker was
Oh,
Jason
yeah.
Todd.
Yeah.
That's why he had the. I mean, I think this was retcon because everyone made fun of that damn Joker, but that's why he had the Joker on his head, and like he was a
Uh,
like a fan, like an
Converted.
image of the actual Joker. He's like a mirror image, a weak image of the Joker, but
Sure.
that's what he is. Like, and it would make sense with the age of Jared Leto
Yeah.
compared to Ben Affleck that there is a older Joker out there somewhere. This real Joker. I like that idea, and
I
it
do like
also
that
got them
idea.
out of the horrible Jared Leto Joker.
Yeah, because
I,
they could said that Joker was a caricature of the real
yeah,
Joker. That actually, if they actually had made that like retconned it into being to that, that would have been people would have lost their mind because that actually would. I never heard
that would
that
have
theory.
worked.
That
I
would
think it would
really
have
worked
worked.
really
I'm
well.
not I'm not a fan of this his portrayal as the Joker, but that nightmare sequence that he did for the Snyder cut, that made me like him and actually want to see him portray Joker again. It's not going to happen, but when he
That
did that nightmare sequence, I actually
I
love
think he's
that.
still on board as being the Joker, isn't he?
But the Snyder
he
I think with
versus gone.
Suicide Squad movies and Birds of Prey, I think he's still. I don't think he's referenced, but I think he's still a. He still can be utilized as the Joker in
yeah
that
they never
part of the
took him
universe. I
off. They
think.
just refused like Birds of Prey and then the Suicide Squad, they kind of just kept him out. Not the first one. The first one's Abomination. The second one, they kind of just never really talked about him. Never showed him.
Yeah,
So I
because it
mean,
was no one liked it.
but
So
now he's
That's bad.
Morbius. So I mean, I think he was a great Joker. Honestly, the Snyder cut Joker was a really
oh,
great
the
Joker.
Snyder cut, yeah,
I really want to see that because nothing. I'm not gonna lie, it got me really excited. That whole speech, like why you sent a boy wonder to do a man's job. I'm not gonna lie, like I was like shit. Like that's the kind of shit that kind of like made me get out of my chair. Like yo, he talking that shit, and I don't understand why they don't do the Snyderverse, but whatever. But yeah, I mean, do you guys have
I
anything?
don't know. I don't think he was. He was an okay Joker. I don't know if he was really
No,
a
I think he was
great
a garbage
Joker.
Joker. I really hate
oh
him
yeah, I didn't like
In
him.
Snyderverse, or are you talking about in the
In
Snyder?
Snyderverse, he
Yeah, in
was
the
good.
Snyderverse.
in
You didn't like him?
everything. No, I
I,
mean, well,
I,
in
No.
Snyderverse, he had two lines. I don't
Yeah,
really.
he
But
only
it
had.
was,
I mean,
He only had like
it was really
two,
good.
like a 30, like a
I mean,
30
it's
second
the
clip.
same Joker I hate with long hair. I don't like.
No,
And
it's
they
not the
removed
same.
the
It's not the same
tattoos.
Joker.
But
Yeah,
if they
What?
copied and
they
pasted,
changed his whole mannerism. The other
yeah,
Joker was like, "Ah, sweetheart, I got that bling," and blah blah blah. He felt like
I think
he
he
felt
did
like
the
the
same
mask.
thing.
He felt like a gangster mask.
Yeah.
Like he felt like a Jim Carrey played that character of Joker.
as a
That would be
gangster,
yeah, as a gangster. That's
Yeah.
what it would have been.
It does
I,
sound like that.
I think the Joker that in Suicide Squad,
Snyder.
Snyder cut is
Snyder
not the
Cut.
quintessential Joker like Nicholson, but is a from the little clip that we saw, it is definitely Joker vibes. It's not as good as Heath Ledger's Joker, but if I think given screen time, we would have really liked that Joker.
I think
Nah,
Caesar
it's-
Romero was a better Joker than
Yeah, I would say
what's it
Caesar
called?
Romero was a
Adam
better
West
Joker
Joker?
than
Jeez.
Jared. The
Wow.
level of garbage that Jared Leto's Joker was, I can't even. There's no scale for me. The Lego Joker.
Okay, all right, yeah. And you
He's
get,
bad.
and
It's bad, man.
And you get the final word on this because I can't talk to these two jokers down here. Talk
Wow.
about it's not that bad. Jeez, you guys are assholes.
Still the
pretty
best
bad,
Joker of all time. I still have to say it's Heath Ledger. I don't think right now no one can compare to that Joker.
Joaquin
Yet.
Phoenix, you're not.
Joaquin Phoenix.
No.
Almost forgot about
I
that.
thought you
Yeah.
were.
I'm
I
on.
thought you
I'm,
were
No,
a big time
what
fan.
I'm
what
Team Joaquin
Dreamcast
Phoenix.
is saying is where would you rank?
Oh, what a rank.
Now we're ranking Jokers.
Let's rank it. Let's do it.
Let's rank
Jeez.
Jokers.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Rank Jokers. Let's do it.
What's
let's
All right, number
what's
one,
the-
With
Lego
Switch Insane.
Joker.
Mm.
No, we're not going.
Which
to that.
one?
Okay, we're not going Lego.
Well,
Jokers.
lowest to highest. One is lowest. Highest.
Yeah.
Zero. Yeah.
Yeah, worst to best.
Yeah, worst.
Oh,
of this.
worst to
the
best.
best,
Okay,
yes.
so you say Lego Joker's the worst?
Well,
I'm
let's
not- I'm
keep
just
it
joking
to
about
live
Lego
action.
Joker.
Let's just keep it to
I was
live
joking about
action.
Lego Joker.
live action
Otherwise,
is-
we'll be
Okay.
like talking about video games.
Then
All
we'll
right,
talk
worst Joker.
Mark
I'm gonna
Hamill's
start.
Joker.
Jim Carrey's the Riddler. Is the
That
worst
is the
Joker.
best Joker.
Yeah, he is the worst Joker of all time.
Okay.
No. Okay, so worse. My vote is definitely. We know what I'm gonna say.
Leno.
It's
Yeah, Leto.
It's Jared Leto.
Okay, and
Uh,
hey guys,
I would
it's
probably
been episode 20 of the Blur
Thanks.
podcast.
See you later.
Yeah, jeez, man.
Good riddance.
All right,
Jared Leto, I'm sorry. He's terrible.
I'm not-
Absolutely horrible.
I'm not gonna participate in this because that's
All right, you can shut the fuck up
Yeah.
then.
All right,
I'm
well
done. I'm
let's
done.
keep going on the fandom thing.
no.
So,
Let's hear Darkseid's stupid ass opinion. Let's go ahead. Hey, let's hear your opinion that's so wrong. Go ahead.
Yeah, Jared Leto's Joker is the worst.
Keep going.
End
The
of
worst?
story.
Oh, that's it. Okay. All right.
No, I mean I'll rank up. I'm like, no, it's a group ranking. We either
okay.
agree or we don't.
No,
I
my
think
bad.
that was kind of fun.
Well,
I
then
like
we're
the
not gonna
debate,
agree with the last one because you think Jared is the worst.
but it's majority rules here, right?
Creamcast, which one's the worst for you? Nicholson?
Caesar
Nicholson?
Romero.
Caesar Romero would be
Caesar
the
Romero?
worst.
So there's Nicholson.
I mean, but that
Romero.
goes with the Adam West, like, campy.
But
super,
is he like? I mean, just think of Joker. Joker's like timeless, kind of like.
Joker is
it's like,
timeless. Okay, fine. If I had to say, to be honest, I would put Nicholson as the last. I would put Caesar Romero. I would put Leto, and then I would put Heath Ledger. Am I missing any Jokers? No, I think that's all.
Well, I mean,
Who am I
okay.
missing?
Next.
Are we gonna count Mark Hamill or
Joaquin
not?
Phoenix. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Mark Hamill?
Hamill?
No, we said live action.
We can't. Okay.
Live action.
No,
If it was,
if it was
I think if it was
Mark
Mark
Hamill,
Hamill, then he would be
Mark
number
Hamill
one.
number
Mark
one.
Hamill.
Number
Mark
one.
Hamill's
Okay,
number
we
one.
all agree there.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Joaquin Phoenix, I will put him at Joaquin. I will put him number 3. Then I will move Leto down. I will put Joaquin Phoenix, and then I'll put Heath Ledger and Mark Hamill.
No, we're not gonna do Hamill.
We're not.
Oh, okay. If we're not, then
Yeah, because Hamill.
Yeah, because if we didn't
all
do
agreed.
Mark Hamill, then or we didn't do Kevin Conroy for Batman, we're
Sure.
not gonna do Mark Hamill.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
then
'cause
I would say
Hamill's king. So
Romero. I would do Nicholson.
All right, look. So
Leto.
let's the official Blurred podcast ranking here.
Okay.
Who says Jared Leto's the worst? I'd say he's the worst. Who
Me.
agrees? So fuck two.
Two.
Yeah.
hold on.
All right, hold on now.
Hold on.
I say he's not the worst. Let Ed be the decider.
Well, he could
Creamcast
say
says
anything.
Romero
Yeah,
is the worst.
It's
now
between those two.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So which one?
Can we argue the point?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah,
I gotta say Leto.
Yeah, Leto is a caricature. He's like a fanboy of the Joker.
Which
He's not
which
a
Leto
Joker.
are you talking about?
The Jared Leto Joker. There's no which Leto are you talking
Yes,
about.
because
No.
there's different directors who have different visions of Joker. That's like saying, oh well, let's say
Snyder.
It's like,
He's talking
it's like-
about Snyder,
Yeah, it's just
right?
it's like
No. Okay, if we're talking about Snyder, then please remember the Suicide Squad Joker was approved and put in place by Zack Snyder.
It's
It
like-
wasn't. Zack Snyder was like, all right, what's his name? You can make. I forgot the director's name. You can, do whatever you want. I don't really care about the Joker. He was very invested in the Joker design.
Okay, but it's like saying putting Zack Snyder and making him responsible for Wonder Woman 84. Like, he was good for the first Wonder Woman. The second Wonder Woman, he was not good for. And that's the thing. You have to...
Right, but what about Wonder Woman 84? Do you attribute to Zack Snyder or not? Zack Snyder's only attributed to the design and casting
But the thing is,
of Wonder Woman, which I think is fine in Wonder Woman 84.
But we don't know to the level of what Zack Snyder actually had input for that Joker.
Well,
He's the freaking godfather of the DC cinematic
he's the
universe at that
godfather,
point.
but
I
the
see it like
director
this.
makes a lot of difference when it comes to an actor's performance because he gets like final say in the cut of how everything's put together.
All right, I don't like
I think
this.
he's basing
this-
it on the
Yeah, look, Zack Snyder's got to take the good and the bad of the
Fine.
DC cinematic universe. He greenlit a lot of stuff. You give him credit for Gal Gadot, fine, good casting. But you got to give him shit for Jared Leto because
Fine.
it's not like he wasn't involved in that.
Okay, fine. We can agree. Jared Leto overall, based
Is
on
the
screen
worst.
time, based
Is
on
the worst Joker.
based on Suicide Squad.
Is the worst.
If it was
Joker.
if it was over just by Suicide Squad and screen time, he is the worst Joker. Fine, I will agree to
No,
that.
I mean he's the worst Joker. Period. There's no caveats here. We're counting worst to best. Live
Okay,
action
if you
Joker.
Okay, Darkseid. If you were only to watch the Snyder cut, right?
Mm-hmm.
How would you rank Leto on that one?
not any better than the other one. Same. I don't think he
Okay.
was that good even in the Snyder cut.
Okay.
Like he's not. It's not even fair because he's not in it though. But it's not even fair.
It's a 30-second clip, so you can't.
Yeah,
really just,
so I can't
okay.
even. I don't even count it. But if you want to count it, it's fine. But to me, they're interchangeable.
They're
Literally,
not interchangeable.
he doesn't have the embarrassingly bad writing on his head. It's just like they're embarrassed. They were self-embarrassed of the previous version of him that they kind of retconned it and acted like the dark side wouldn't remember. Are you kidding me? Come on.
Did he just refer to himself in the third person?
Yeah, and it'll happen again.
Yeah, the dark side. Do you
And
think
I
the dark side will remember?
I also said the dark side, which I want
The
that to
dark
be a
side.
thing.
Okay,
The
I
dark
can't-
side.
Good thing I'm gonna
The
actually
dark side
edit.
is pleased.
I'm gonna pull an Ed Underground edit, and I'm gonna just cut out your
Ed
entire.
Underground.
I'm just cutting out your
His
entire
entire
point.
argument.
No,
Yeah.
that is ultimate at underground action.
Yeah, I'm cutting out your whole. All you're gonna hear is.
Or you
is
should just cut me, just like saying the Jared Leto Joker is the
the
best.
best. Yes.
All right, so the worst is Leto.
Okay, fine. We'll
Then-
Leto
It
is
would
the
be-
worst.
Okay. Then it would be what's his name?
Romero?
Mustache.
Romero.
Caesar Romero.
Yeah.
Okay, I will. Yeah. So
Then it
this
would
is
be-
right after Jared Leto Jokers. I have respect for the Jokers now. I don't know why you're taking it so personally.
because I feel like you have bad taste. That's what I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're.
I'm not the only one.
No, see, no. This is you're pulling a reverse Ed Underground where you went.
How
went,
dare you?
You went.
How dare you?
You went online to 4chan and you went like, "Hey guys, who hates Jared Leto like much as I do?" And then you had all the incels come out and be like, "Me
Okay,
too."
don't the incels like the Jared Leto
No.
Joker?
No, they like the.
I
they
think
like,
they do.
Sure,
no,
I'm
they
pretty
like the
sure they
Joaquin-
do.
They like the Joaquin
I think they
Phoenix
do.
one.
No, yeah, the Joaquin has got. All right, we'll get to it. All right,
Okay.
all right. So the Leto
All right,
one
so
is
then
the worst. Then Romero.
Mustache. Romero.
Right, yeah,
Okay.
Romero.
Then
Now you get three, right?
I
There's only
said
three
Nicholson.
left.
I said Nicholson.
3 left.
There's only. Wait, how's there
3 left.
There's Romero.
No, Nicholson.
Nicholson.
Which one was left?
Nicholson.
Nicholson.
Joaquin
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
And Ledger.
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 It's
No, there's
obvious.
another one. There's a fifth one.
No, that's all of them.
No.
Is there a fifth?
So
There's
then
only. That's
I
it.
would
There's only
say,
three.
yeah, there's 3 left.
It has to. The
Yeah.
only order that is. Well, I'm on Green Turn. Tell me your order. There's only one order that's left.
We'll just argue.
Yeah.
Bring it. Yeah, you present the one you think would be next.
Well, there's
The
not.
next one
There's
would
only
be
one.
Nicholson.
Nicholson,
on
it has
now.
to be.
Nicholson.
It has to be.
Okay, I will agree.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. You
I just really love that Joker, but I
love it too.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think
love,
at this point
yeah.
it's the cherry on top of the sundae. So it's like
Yeah.
I don't really have the heart to
Now,
argue it either
here's
way.
the hard. Well, let's see, Ed.
Yes.
what do
Now
you think?
here's the hard part.
Okay, so
We already
my
know what
first-
Do you
it
agree
is.
with
do you-
that?
Ed Underground, do you agree about Nicholson's placement?
As
I
number
do.
3.
I
Being
do.
third. Okay.
I do.
Now,
Yeah, so the
here's the
first one
hard
is
one.
Leto. Second one is
Guys, by the way, this is
West
the
Batman.
nerdiest fucking shit I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, like which Joker is the best? Nicholson really did hit it. Like, oh, come on.
It's bad. It's bad.
It's really bad.
Then,
Okay.
for me,
So-
it would be Ledger, number 2.
Wow, that is controversial.
Yeah.
So you think Ledger?
I'm about to say something controversial too.
Before you
Ledger
say
would be
it,
number
before you say it, remove out of your idea, especially Ed Underground. Remove out of your idea.
the Ed Underground.
You're about to just be. You're just
Doesn't
gonna be
roll off
under.
the tongue like the dark side.
Yeah, the
I
dark
like the
side
dark
sounds
side.
better. Remove the fact that he's dead, because
Oh yeah, that's
I
fine.
think
Yeah.
I say remove because everybody posthumously is the greatest actor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
After
honestly we can get to the I don't think he deserved to win the Oscar.
I don't think
he
so
did.
either.
I don't
They
think
give
he
it to
did
him
either, but-
basically because he passed away.
It's just props to him.
Well,
I'm not gonna-
he did a phenomenal job. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
He
I
did an
wasn't
amazing
gonna
job.
I wasn't gonna knock the Oscar out of the person's hand, on the stage, but
I'm not gonna say he didn't deserve it. I just think that people.
There were better
passionate.
candidates for it at the time.
yes.
Yeah.
So
Even-
I,
I
talking
forgot who
about
the other
passion.
candidates were, but that sucked.
I know that was a big controversy at the time because
It was,
people,
yeah.
because people were like, hey, are you just giving it to him because he passed away?
Yeah.
And we say that. Of
It's
course,
like
we say
Chadwick
respect.
Boseman. Chadwick Boseman was nominated for an Oscar, right?
Right.
His
Was he?
post. Yeah, I think
Yeah, I
after.
think he
Yeah,
was
he didn't
nominated.
win.
He was nominated,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's just
but
a thing that they do.
like Chad, yeah, that's the thing. Like Chadwick Boseman, was he a great actor overall? Yeah, I like some of his roles
I
that
think
he's
he was a
played.
good actor. Yeah,
But
I only really saw him in Black Panther. I don't think I ever saw
you
him in
didn't see him
anything
in
else.
like the 42,
42
was it?
Bridges, yeah,
Yeah,
42 Bridges. That was
No.
not bad. That was not bad at all. Um, and I know he did other movies before. I just can't think off the top of my head.
Hmm.
But in either case, um, moving posthumous
yeah. I'm not counting
awards.
it. I'm
Yeah,
not counting it.
removing that
Yeah.
aspect. Yeah. For Ed is what we're saying. What
Yeah.
who would be your number two, Ed?
Yeah, who would be number
Oh,
two?
you're asking me?
Yes,
Yeah.
Number
Ugh,
two as
yes.
in highest or
just number
Number
Yes,
two.
one is the
number
best.
two.
Number two.
Number
so
two.
it's between Ledger obviously
Mhm.
and Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say number two would be
And don't
Just
base
say
it on the
Ledger. We know
times.
you're gonna say
The
no,
Ledger.
amount
No,
of
he's gonna say
the
Phoenix.
amount of times
No.
that this guy has done this friggin'
no.
impression
No,
in my
no.
life.
Yes.
No,
Oh, I'm
I've
sorry,
seen-
Phoenix.
I've seen
Say
both-
say
I've
number
seen
two
both
is
in
Phoenix
theaters.
because I
It
know
is
your
Phoenix.
number one's
It is
gonna be
Well, yeah, we
Ledger.
know it's Phoenix.
It is.
So
It is.
you're trying to act
Yeah,
like it's
and
hard.
I said it backwards.
And
So
it
for you,
has-
it's number two is Phoenix.
Yes, and it has nothing to do with Ledger's death. I've seen both in theaters.
Okay.
Both loved it.
Wait, you saw
but
Ledger's death in theater?
I saw the Batman movie. in
Oh,
theater.
okay. It's just the way you phrased it.
No, but see,
I saw it both in
but
theaters
see,
and at home.
Hmm.
but see, here's the thing. I saw both in theaters, but I saw The Dark Knight multiple times in theaters.
We know.
I saw.
Yeah, we all
Joaquin-
did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I only saw
same
Joaquin
here. I own
Phoenix,
the collection.
yeah, I own one as well. But I saw the Joaquin Phoenix Joker once. Loved it. I don't see anything wrong with the movie, but it didn't have the same impact it did for me as the Dark Knight Joker, as it did with Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. Love both. Both are great.
I don't think
wrong.
anyone here is shocked about
Yeah,
Ed Underground's ranking.
you don't
really
We
have
all
to defend that. I think
Well,
we've
it,
known
it,
him.
It,
Yeah.
just impacted me differently. You
Yeah,
can
no
take the death
kidding.
Away.
But
Yeah.
can I say this though?
Go ahead.
If when the Dark Knight came out, so when the Dark Knight came out, it was a different time in your life at that time, right? That was we were younger at that time, and really hyped about Batman Mania at that time. It was a big deal, comparatively to when the Joker came out. Different time in our lives. We've had several Batman movies at the time, several iterations. We've had Batman. We've had the Dark Knight series. We had Batflick. We've had like Killing Joker. Now we're starting to get into like the animated movies now. And then boom, we are now with the Joker. Do you think that possibly could have altered your opinion on it based on the time of life when you saw it? And I say that because it's like you watching the Matrix today. The Matrix wouldn't have the same effect today as it would have had back in mid 2000s, early 2000s, mid 2000s.
True.
So
True.
removing maybe that bias of when you saw it and how much you loved it, would you still rank it the same with that in mind?
I would have to say yes. I would have to say yes.
Okay.
And
I'm
with
just
the
curious.
Matrix, I own all three movies. And
my God.
unpopular opinion, I think the second one is slightly better.
Nothing
than the
to
first
do
one.
with what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
threw in the
Why are you
Matrix,
going
so-
on this?
Got off into a
Man,
Matrix
what the
rant
hell?
here.
Alright,
What
man.
the?
Well, no, I brought the
Anyways,
Matrix up.
back to Joker.
I brought the
I
Matrix
know.
up.
I know. We damn you for
Joker-
doing
I'm
that.
sorry,
Yeah,
guys. I'm
exactly.
sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but why you gotta throw that in there?
I'm so sorry.
You know,
Because I gotta
You
talk.
know,
I
you
gotta
know,
talk
it's
on
like
Breaking News.
dangling a keychain in front of someone.
Yeah, it's
Certain
like-
people.
It's like, but the thing is, I
All
gotta talk
I'm
in
saying is
Eds.
that the Joker, dang, I was going to say, it impacted me differently
Sure.
than the solo
Sure,
Joker
sure.
movie.
I think we got it. We got it. And we
Okay.
all have felt the impact. Trust me. We all
Yes.
have felt the impact.
Oh,
Oh
Um,
my
okay,
god,
so-
that was so miserable.
okay, yeah,
Ed
that was a
would
dark
not stop
time.
Never
doing
ended.
this stupid
He
Joker
loved-
voice.
oh,
Yeah, he
why
did it- yeah.
so
Why,
serious?
why so
No.
serious?
Okay.
Okay, but I would say my thing is be Joaquin Phoenix and Heath Ledger, 2-1. Joaquin Phoenix was a phenomenal Joker, and I'm not gonna lie. The transformation from him to Joker to the actual persona of Joker was great. It's amazing. Now I wish we would see a sequel of that because now I want to see him coming from a low level psychotic uh, kingpin to the threat of being the quintessential arch nemesis of Batman. I'm saying quintessential a lot. Yeah, fuck you, Darkseid. I'm not saying that a lot because of you. But I think Heath Ledger, for somebody to take a approach of Joker and to transform him into a real world Joker that actually kind of makes sense based on real world, I think it was a great thing. I think Christopher Nolan knocked it out of the park. Taking out Heath Ledger's passing, taking away nostalgia. If I had to look at the two Jokers, I would still say that Joker is a lot more entertaining, and I like the fact that he, like with Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, he really doesn't have any strong power play against anybody. He's really fighting within himself. But then with Heath Ledger's Joker, you can see him really screwing around with Batman. And I think that's the cool part about it. Now you can see somebody who can go toe to toe with Batman psychologically. Like, he can't fight Batman physically, but psychologically, the way that he kills Rachel, he tricks Batman to pretty much killing Rachel himself and then switching out Two-Face. I just love that dynamic of how he was able to twist that. That's a very Joker thing to do. Like, if Joker's going to if anybody's going to break Batman, it will be the Joker. And I think the Joker broke Batman more than Bane did, more than Ra's al Ghul did. Joker actually broke the Batman because he's the reason why Dark Knight, what was the last one called? Dark Knight Rises?
Rises.
Yeah. I mean, the whole reason of Dark Knight Rises even occurring is because of the Joker. Like, the Joker's impact is still felt within the second movie.
And he birthed the villain. He birthed Two-Face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he's that's I mean, I think he's also, for all those reasons, I think he's the best interpretation of the Joker because he's the most chaotic version of the Joker, like that agent of chaos stuff. Like, he really is Batman or no Batman. He is like unpredictable in any scenario you put him with, any adversary you put him with. And I think they got that across really well. And you're right, at Underground, that he birthed the Two-Face. Like, he took advantage of every opportunity to create more chaos in every person that came across him.
Yeah.
And he's like, and you brought up a good point. Heath Ledger's Joker is the first Joker that took a comic book character and applied it to a real world, like a terrorist. And he's more than a street level villain. He is a full on like a terrorist attack happening.
Yeah.
Like, living terrorist attack. And I think that's as far as adversaries go, he's probably the best Joker that Batman has ever faced. Now, I said I was going to have a hot take. My hot take is this. So this is the Blurred podcast ranking, which is fine. My personal ranking puts Nicholson over Phoenix. I wasn't a big fan of Phoenix as the Joker. I didn't.
Wow.
I saw that movie once, and I thought it was a little full of itself. And I still have that feeling. I haven't watched it again. I should give it another chance.
Wow.
I have a lot of respect for Joaquin Phoenix. I think he was a great actor. I think everyone in it was really good. I think the film was well made. But I just think that there's this... I can't shake this feeling of like just pretentiousness in that film that I just like... I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to like this. Like, it just... Like, just because I'm a Batman fan, this is like you're giving me the creme de la creme Joker and you think I'm going to like it. And it just had the opposite reaction where the other Jokers kind of like earned it, in my opinion. Like, the Heath Ledger one earned it for all the reasons I talked about. The Jack Nicholson one was the quintessential Joker that I grew up with, and all the other versions are just like versions of that. But the Joaquin Phoenix Joker just felt so manufactured to me. Like, let's put together a serious, like very down to earth Joker movie. Like, it felt very made to win an Oscar, kind of like. And I don't know why. And I have all respect for it. It just didn't work for me. I think Joaquin Phoenix is great. Think about it this way: if you were to come across one Joker in an alley, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker or the Heath Ledger Joker, I'd be more afraid of the. Well, I'd be more afraid of the
Heath Ledger. Absolutely.
Heath Ledger
the
Joker.
Heath Ledger one,
The Joaquin Phoenix Joker, I think, is like crazy, you know what I mean? Crazy, crazy. But I
Yeah.
think I could take him.
Yeah, I mean, only person if you put it like that, the Nicholson Joker would be a little bit more scary in that
Me
sense
too.
because that Joker was sane. He was crazy. He had like dual personalities. Like he could think rationally, but he was still insane at the same time.
Sure.
It was a weird balance
He
that
was
you could
more
flip up.
criminal than he
Yeah,
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So that's what I would be a little bit more afraid of the Nicholson one.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah,
Is it just me, or did you feel like Nicholson, when you saw him portray the Joker, did you see him as Joker or Nicholson? If that makes
When I
any
saw
sense.
it at that age, that was probably my first exposure to Jack Nicholson that much. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
for
think I saw him as a
me,
Joker when I was younger.
yeah.
yeah,
Joker as
that's
a kid, but
overwhelmingly,
now
you know.
I mean, now as an adult, then yeah,
he's
obviously you can't,
so
you know,
Nicholson.
it's just Nicholson.
Yeah, his mannerisms are kind of the same in real life.
Yeah.
It seems like. So yeah, it was not the same.
You're my number one guy. You're
Yeah, he's
my
just.
number one now.
So Green Turner, what would you? I don't think
Guy.
never got to your list. What is your list? Your
Oh
personal
no, I
list?
said it. Mine is I love character studies. I've
Mm,
always loved it. So number one for me is Phoenix, and number two is Ledger.
okay,
Just for that reason,
okay.
Hmm.
I love it when they actually fully explore a character.
Mm,
So that's the
Oh,
reason I like it more.
that's another big thing that bothered me. That really, I don't want the Joker's origin. I hate it.
Hmm.
I hate when
Like the
people try
mystery.
to. There is something beautiful about
I get
like,
that.
yeah, and
Hmm.
I think the Heath Ledger, they did it really well where he told a different origin to different people.
Hmm.
Like
yeah,
it doesn't matter. He's an agent. He's here.
he's here, and the fact is like
Yeah.
they tried even when they tried to find out who he was,
Yes.
they
Yeah.
couldn't. He had no fingerprints, nothing. He's just yeah, he's
He's
here.
just there.
Yeah,
He's there. He's
he
agent
showed
of
up.
chaos. He's
Yeah,
anarchy. He's arrived.
and the thing is,
They're
you didn't
just
see
yeah.
you didn't see his build up. That was kind of a cool thing too. It
Yeah.
was he went 0 to 100 instantly
Yeah.
without talking about yeah the Joker is coming in and here's his up there's his new bad guy coming up and so forth. From Batman Begins, he gave him the calling card, the Joker calling card. He was like, I'll look into this, and then the next movie, boom, bank heist
Yeah,
with
he's already doing a bank heist.
yeah, like he's stealing from the top mobsters in Gotham City. It's like how much more of a badass you need this guy to be. So no, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. I do like. I'm kind of on both sides. I like seeing a good origin story because
Mhm.
if you can tell one that's really convincing, then it just adds more flavor to the character. But
Yeah.
like if they keep like Joaquin Phoenix, I'll say Hakeem.
Hakeem.
Yeah,
Hakeem.
Hakeem Phoenix?
Hakeem.
Hakeem
Ray Swamp.
Olajuwon Phoenix.
Yeah, right.
Ray Swamp.
This
Joaquin
looks like a
Phoenix.
7-foot black Joker.
Yeah, he's like, why playing like he dunks me? Why so serious? But I mean, if you keep it separate, if you keep Joker separate in that universe where there's no Batman, nothing,
Hmm.
it's just the Joker by himself, then that's great. Heath Ledger, you don't need to have an origin story to make him great. You already have everybody knows Joker who he is, so you bring him
Yeah.
in, bring him just destroying shit, and we know Batman's origin story and see the dynamic of that. I think that's beautiful. So
I like the idea, like, so when I watched the Joker and I kind of rationalized in my mind, various ways that like I say, if you're gonna make a Joker origin story, that's probably the best one. You can't ask for a better one.
right,
But in my mind, what makes it better for me, and I think, oh yeah, now I'm remembering all this stuff. You saw Bruce Wayne as a child,
yeah,
Yeah.
right?
yeah,
So in my mind, I wish they kind of went a little bit further to establish that this is not the Joker. This is just somebody who will inspire the Joker when the time comes. Like some
Hmm.
kid is in the streets watching all this chaos at the end of the movie, and he sees the Joker, and that's his inspiration when the Batman is there to become the Joker. I wish they kind of leaned into that more, that idea, instead of like, this is the Joker, which, like, he felt too weak for me to be the Joker.
but
Yeah, yeah, what I'm saying.
But the Joker is not physically. I mean, physically, as in physically strong, like physically strong, or like,
No, I
'cause-
mean, like,
Like impact, I guess.
no. I mean, like, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker was a tragic failure of the state to take care of like our mentally ill. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
He's more like a victim
Um,
rather than the agent of chaos that like is
Yeah.
doing it for the yucks. You know what I mean? Like there's a very specific version of the Joker that I've come to used to. Like he's a sympathetic Joker, and it just made him weaker, in my
Well,
opinion.
I mean, I like the fact too that they kind of made the Waynes how an actual wealthy person would be.
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
basically you have these people that are multi-billionaires, and in the comics and everything, they made him seem like the angels on earth and everything. But at
right.
least in that Joker, they made him into what an actual billionaire would behave like.
Yeah, like I don't
Where
care
they're
about you.
yeah, they don't give a shit about anyone.
which
Yeah,
I
And
think
then
is
also
carrying.
we're
Good,
we're basing it on an unreliable narrator,
true.
because whatever you saw in the Joker movie, it doesn't mean it actually happened.
that's
You don't
true.
even know if any of that actually happened. You don't
Yeah.
even know if his history that he saw at the hospital is true or not. He could have imagined it for all we know.
That's
Yeah,
true.
and every villain is a hero in their mind. So
That's-
that's
So deep.
That's deep. That is
Holy
deep.
shit.
Wow.
What I was gonna say from the Batman trailer, there are
Whoa.
references in the Batman trailer to, I think the Riddler is kind of trying to expose Thomas Wayne, because there's like he's talking about father's sins, or there's like
Yeah.
references to
Mhm.
exposing sins, and I think he's targeting Thomas Wayne or the Waynes in some way, which would be cool.
can we give a just appreciation to a good Riddler? Um, I mean, Riddler is a very fascinating character in of itself, and a lot of times, in the comic books, he's always been very goofy. Not
Mhm.
to what's his name, Jim Carrey's goofy.
Jim
Depends
Carrey.
on which comic book you read. There's a lot of comic books where the Riddler's a really interesting character.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm saying, but like,
Mhm.
yeah, outside of they always make the Riddler like even from
You mean like the
old
cartoons?
cartoons,
Where he has
yeah.
like this suit with
Suit
question
with the
marks.
question
all over and
marks. He's
everything.
this really goofy
Yeah.
guy, and the fact that they're making a Riddler a serious character, I can really
Mhm.
appreciate that because I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired of Joker. Joker is such an easy character to do.
Exactly.
At
Just
this
like I
point,
said, I'm so glad they're finally not giving us another Joker.
yeah,
Finally we have a Penguin
yeah,
and
Penguin.
fucking,
We haven't had Penguin
Riddler.
in 40 years now.
Yeah.
Yes, we haven't had Penguin in 30 years. So that's awesome that we get Penguin now. Which, I mean, I'm not going to lie, the Tim Burton Penguin, phenomenal. Love it.
Yes.
That's actually one of my favorite. That is
Yes,
one of my favorite.
He was
bad
so
guys.
gross. I love
Yeah,
that.
Yes.
it was just
You
eating
remember
fish
when he was
heads.
like eating the fish
Yeah.
With the,
in
like
front of the
the
lady?
goo
Yeah.
coming from his mouth and everything like that.
And
So-
Green goo.
yeah, honestly that's my favorite. If I had to rank a villain,
Let's
out
rank
of-
penguins. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
No.
How many are
We're
there?
gonna
Because we,
spend all night
yeah,
ranking.
we still haven't talked about Black
We gotta
Adam,
still rank
Shazam.
Riddlers, and then we gotta rank Catwoman.
We're gonna rank everything.
And then
I
let's
already
rank
know
Alfred's
the Wonder
too.
Yeah,
Woman
just
Alfred's.
Catwoman,
briefly.
I mean.
Oh shit!
Actually,
Yes,
Alfred?
I
Oh.
actually
rank Alfred.
I do
Keaton.
like this Alfred.
Keaton Alfred.
Yeah, there's a cool Alfred.
It's a cool Alfred.
Again,
Yeah,
we
he's
haven't watched
cool.
the movie.
Andy Serkis.
but at
We haven't
least
watched the movies. Yeah,
from
Andy
the
Serkis.
trailers. It's
Andy
cool.
Serkis.
Andy Serkis is, yeah.
Yeah, any movie that he's in, like especially recently, Andy Serkis can't miss. He's always been really good in it. But yeah, we'll see.
Eva.
Okay, let's get
Soy
off
of
of
a tangerine. Oh,
let's get off of Batman because we got other DC fandoms. See, this is the thing about I hate about DC is that they know what franchises they can constantly remake, and we being the suckers, like,
We're
oh
a
yeah, new
bunch
Batman,
of suckers.
like oh man,
Look
the
at
new
us.
Batman.
yeah, we spent like 2 hours or an hour and a half talking about Batman.
Batman. And remember, last podcast we ended it talking about Batman. So
Oh
we've
my
talked
God.
we've talked a lot about Batman. And here comes DC. Hey guys, we totally fucked up the Snyderverse and we totally fucked up a whole bunch of DC movies. But guess what? Hey, new Batman, and we're like, all is forgiven.
Oh my
Now we
God.
got a new Batman. Oh my God, it's the greatest thing ever. It kind of irritates me that we can't finish out a trilogy. We haven't finished out a Batman series since what 2010. Yeah, Nolan.
No,
Nolan.
yeah.
So it's annoying that we can't finish out a good Batman trilogy. But talking about other DC fandom stuff, something that I was hyped for, not hyped, but I'm curious because they've been hyping it up so much, is Black Adam.
African American Adam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
African American
African-American
Adam.
Adam.
Instead of,
Adam
what's his name?
Maya.
No, Kondak, whatever.
Conduct, yeah.
Yeah, conduct. Whatever his conduct scene. I forgot his
Please
actual
use
name.
the Q at the end of conduct.
Conduct.
And
Yeah, instead of using a person with Middle Eastern descent, they went with the Black Adam. What do you guys think about it? I thought the
I know,
trailer didn't
right?
show much.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, other than the
you
fake
guys all
outrage.
watch the teaser?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Did
Would-
anyone I don't know why, but you know how like the hood's covering and you can only see his mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason, it reminded me of Barack Obama. So I was picturing Barack Obama fucking frying someone and then levitating up into the heavens.
Because you know it's a brown person underneath there.
Nice.
You went with Barack Obama. I think
I
telling
did
you.
not see
I'm
that.
telling you.
I don't-
Next time,
It's
watch
crazy.
the teaser again.
There's
and
three
just
brown
look at it,
people.
and it's gonna be in your mind.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's three brown people on this panel, and then then there's you, the outcast. You think we all look? You probably saw it. You're like, yep, that's Dark Side right there. Oh no, that could be the Head
Listen.
Underground.
Okay,
oh no,
look. Yeah, of course. You're Ed, right? The other one over there with the hat is the
wow.
Oh,
And his
black
camera
and
just
dark side.
perfect. Your camera just froze. So all your not politically correct sayings just went out the
And
window.
then the other guy with the red hat is Eddie Murphy, right? Am I getting this right?
Nailed it. No, isn't he from the? On the Eternals, right? Yeah, I swear he's a famous Bollywood actor. But I'm actually kind of excited for Black Adam.
Me too.
I did not like Shazam personally.
I like Shazam.
It's alright. It wasn't
a
what I was
campy way.
expecting, but
It's
it's
like a-
alright.
it's
It's a
kid's
campy.
movie.
It's a
It's a
campy.
kid's movie.
It's a
Campy
campiest
kid's
DC movie that's out there.
Yeah.
I didn't like
want
it.
that,
It's
but
exactly what they
whatever.
needed.
Sure, but the thing is that with Black
You need
Adam,
a good mix. You can't have everything just be dark.
well, that's the thing.
Well, I mean, DC is like
Shazam. Well, go ahead.
DC is. When I see DC versus Marvel, I think of DC like you're ready to about to go to a dark room and have some like a serious talk at dinner. When I see Marvel, I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna have like I'm going to a birthday party with like lots of colors and cake, maybe a food fight, and then
Yeah, DC skews older. They've always skewed a little bit older, more mature in their storytelling.
Yeah, but
And
for
Marvel
any
has.
character, Shazam is a perfect character to be made into a.
I don't know. Some of the
movie.
best stories I've read with Shazam are they're darker. They're more about like the
Oh, like King Shazam or whatever.
well, not King Shazam, but just the idea of a helpless child feeling powerful. How does he feel powerful? Like, I mean, but like I think I read one where he's like abused and neglected, and like when they get into the darker nature of Billy Batson, I think it's
It can
more
get dark.
interesting. From it can get anything can get dark. Absolutely,
It can get interesting. Well,
Yeah.
it's like what Alan Moore's Miracle Man or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's where
exactly.
you're getting.
So that's what I'm
into
saying.
it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Anything can be turned into like a dark thing, but I'm just saying overall, not just this movie. Plenty of comics and animated movies and everything. Shazam is very easy to get turned into a kid-friendly character.
It's easy
Yeah,
to
he is
digest.
a kid friendly character.
It's
yeah,
easy
so that's
to
what I'm saying.
digest.
If they were to pick one, that's a good one to pick to make into.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
curious.
also was not a fan of the.
I liked it.
I
liked it.
I'm just curious
I
how
was
they're
not
gonna put the two
expecting like
together.
that.
How they're gonna put Black Adam, which is supposed to be very serious, more of a serious, darker movie. How they're going to merge that with Shazam?
They don't have to.
They're going
I
to.
thought they are going to.
Yeah, they're going
Okay,
to.
maybe they will.
It's in the
but-
same
universe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
they're,
Okay, it can be done. It can be done. The same way that you can put the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Does anyone
against
think
Thanos.
that The Rock
Endgame.
will portray a super dark
no,
version of anything and not be The Rock in a Black Adam outfit?
no. I'm not gonna
Let's
lie.
not give
no.
The Rock. Yeah, you
Even
know
though
The
I
Rock
like The
is
Rock.
going to just have the eyebrow and he's going to just say something, a bunch
Rocky.
of one-liners.
No, what
Rocky.
Black Adam is cooking.
Black Adam is cooking,
I
and
don't know.
then
I
Kevin
think
Hart will pop up somewhere, and it'll be hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hope he never sees this.
I think
you know it will.
Kevin Hart is gonna be Mr. Mind.
Yeah,
Sure.
Tiny little worm.
leave him alone.
I think
Okay.
he'll do well. I think he'll do well.
I don't
Well,
think
and
so.
we're also
I think he'll do
finally gonna
well.
have Dr. Fate.
Dr. Fate,
in a movie.
Pierce Brosnan being
Yeah.
Dr. Fate. That's a pretty good casting. I'm not. I mean, there could be better, but I can kind of see it.
It's kind of interesting with Doctor Fate what they're going to have to do because Doctor Strange beat him to it, so they can't go
Yeah.
with the Doctor Fate
The
that they probably
mysticism.
would have
Yeah.
done. So
Yeah.
they're going with like a more, like a scholarly and
Yeah,
Watered
like,
down.
like a librarian Doctor Fate rather than a
Watered
heroic.
down.
Is
Not watered down,
Zatanna
just a
gonna do
different
this?
intro.
No, right?
But they kept.
You know what? If they ever do a Zatanna movie, I'm down like instantly. But
They
I
could do
don't
a Doctor
think she'll
Fate
be in this.
Constantine's. I mean, I hope they bring Constantine back.
Constantine would be.
All right, you're
Now
getting
with-
into my territory here. Constantine, Swamp Thing, you get Zatanna
Oh.
involved.
Yes.
Etrigan,
Him
Demon.
getting drunk.
Yeah.
Oh, Etrigan. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But
That's
if
my
you,
territory.
But you've introduced, Doctor Fate.
Dr. Fate. Yeah.
So at this
Yeah,
point, you can do.
I think it's gonna be
Constantine-
sort of like background dressing, though. That's what it looks like.
get me Detective Chimp. Who knows what I'm talking about?
Oh my
No,
goodness.
Detective
no.
Chimp?
Wait, isn't that going to be an animated series?
No, that's Hit Monkey.
Oh,
That's
right,
Hit Monkey.
right.
That's the Marvel Monkey.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The DC Monkey is Detective Chimp.
Detective Chimp.
Yeah.
And he's
I
the
don't know about
world's greatest chimp detective. Rival only to Batman.
Wow.
And I'm not joking.
I am.
No, he's
I'm
telling
not
the
familiar
truth.
with Detective Chimp, so
Look it up, Detective Chimp.
I will
There's
do
plenty
it
of
in my
cool
spare
monkeys.
time.
There's
I can't wait.
Gorilla
Mhm.
Grodd.
Yeah, Gorilla
go.
Grodd.
Yeah.
Gorilla Grodd,
But
sure.
Flash is definitely going to. Well, he've already joked about him doing Gorilla Sign Language, so we know Gorilla Grodd is alive in this universe somehow because of Flash.
Yeah, isn't there also a JLA that's made of chimps?
Yeah, Jail Ape.
JLA.
Wow.
Now, so Black Adam. Yeah, so you guys are excited for Black Adam?
I am.
Cautiously excited.
Right now I kind of see like it's going to be like heel Rock doing a promo,
Mm-hmm.
but I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be.
I am.
I just want to see Superman come back because the Black
He's
Adam.
not. He's not coming back.
No.
He's
Black
actually-
Adam. Rock did say because
requested it.
of they have requested that Henry
Great.
Cavill comes back as Superman because they've had that fight before. So
Yeah.
I mean
They've had
that's
that fight, but the Black Adam's arch enemy is Shazam.
Yeah,
and he
Shazam.
exists.
but
They
no,
gotta-
But
the
he's
thing-
fought plenty of times against Superman, though.
yeah. So
he
that's
has, and he can kick Superman's ass because he's magic.
Magic, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But that's
Which
what
would
he
make it interesting.
That make it exactly because we've seen only person that we've seen Superman actually go against fully is General Zod. We haven't seen when he went against Steppenwolf. That was
Doomsday. And
well, he didn't really fight Doomsday,
he
but
killed him.
no,
Doomsday
we're
killed
talking
him.
about
We're
the
talking about
Snyderverse,
live action.
live action.
Yeah, the Snyderverse.
yeah. He didn't
Doomsday
fight-
killed Superman. Doomsday.
Oh, Doomsday. I'm
Doomsday
sorry.
killed
I'm
him,
thinking.
yeah.
I'm thinking.
oh,
sorry,
I'm thinking
Darkseid.
Darkseid.
Yeah. No, he did, but that's not real Doomsday. Come on, that's that bullshit Doomsday.
I don't know.
Real
That's like the
Doomsday.
fucking Snyderverse.
That's
Yeah,
not my,
Snyderverse. Sure.
That's not my Doomsday though. That's
But-
not.
Not your Doomsday.
Yeah,
No.
not Doomsday. But the thing is that The Rock has said that he does want to fight against Superman. Will it happen? Have we seen the last of Henry Cavill? I hope not. I still say he's the best Superman, and we had this conversation already.
I absolutely agree. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the best Superman that has come out thus far. So we hope to see it. So that's why I'm excited about it. I'm excited that hopefully with Black Adam and if The Rock with his stardom can help push a more concrete storyline of the DC universe, then that would be great.
Can I say this? I through the last few years, I've been a big supporter of The Rock. I like The Rock,
Yeah.
and people around me have turned against The Rock slowly, little by little.
Really?
Yeah, just like he's the same thing every time. He's the same person. He's the same performance every time. He's just The Rock in every role.
Yeah.
And I was against it. And then I don't know what God, but recently I just have reached my Rock capacity where I'm just like, you're right. I like him, but man, it's the same damn thing in every role. And it's just, I think I'm reaching Rock maximum exposure at this point. So I might be rocked out. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see that. Rock is he's kind of transcended.
I mean, he hasn't made a bad movie of recent.
He hasn't made a
He
bad
was-
movie, but
He
he's
was good
transcended.
in what's that movie he did with what's his name, Jason Statham.
Fast and Furious,
Hobbs
Hobbs and Shaw.
versus Shaw.
Hobbs, yeah, that was actually
Hobbs
pretty
and
good.
Shaw.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah,
Rock
I
is
don't mind that.
Rock is becoming the go-to movie guy. Kind of
Yeah.
like how Matt Damon and Ben Affleck
Damon. Matt Damon.
in the mid 2000s. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were the go-to guys for they're always in the same movie. You had the Val Kilmer back in the day with the George Clooney's, and you had what's the Angelina Jolie's ex-husband,
I forgot.
Brad
Brad
Pitt.
Pitt.
Yeah,
Brad
so you
Pitt,
have
yeah.
these you know these people who are the go-to people. Right now it's The Rock's turn.
You know what
I'm-
also bothers me about
I
The
want
Rock?
to see The Rock as a
He
bad
can't-
guy for once. He's never been a bad guy.
That is
That's
true.
it. He
I want to
plays
see
the
that.
same
go.
like soft. He has like a contract where it's like I can't be seen as a brand risk, so everything I do has to be the good guy and lovable. And
Yeah,
I just don't. I'm getting sick of it.
I mean,
yeah.
he's played a bad, cool guy, but he's never played a bad guy. I
Yeah,
do
but
want to
he's
see
never
more.
like you've never seen his character like doing drugs and like womanizing, slapping a woman around.
Yeah, that bodybuilding movie.
Bodybuilder
Eh,
movie?
yeah,
Bodybuilder
I
movie?
mean, Pain and
The
Gain
The
is
one
what we're
where
talking
Pain
about.
and
they
Gain,
Pain and Gain, yeah.
kidnap a guy and like chop
Oh,
him
I
up
haven't
or
seen that
something.
one.
Yeah, but I feel in that movie he was like a accomplice to what was it, Mark Wahlberg?
Marburg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he was like I don't remember, but I feel like
Well,
his
this-
image is too
This
squeaky
will
clean.
be, at least from the teaser, we know he's a villain, straight up, seeing as how he fried someone alive.
Nah, but the thing
Yeah,
is,
but he's gonna be an anti-hero.
he's an
That's the way it
anti-hero.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah, he is.
Black Adam has always been an anti-hero. He's not a straight just
Black
bad guy
Adam
villain.
hasn't always been an anti-hero. Sometimes
Rec-
he's just
recently-
been a
Recently, no, I'm saying
villain.
recently. Recently,
Recently, he is an anti-hero.
Oh.
Yeah, before
okay.
he was a straight villain. Now
And that's
he's
why I'm
an
not a big
anti-hero.
fan of the character. I mean, I don't think like he's just gonna turn into another like a badass
Venom
like a
or something.
Aquaman type. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't want that. Yeah, I want him to be a bad guy through and through.
It's straight up villain.
that'd be great
yeah.
if he was just a villain through the whole movie and just killing people left and right.
Yeah, that
That'd
would
be
be
great.
That'd be
awesome.
amazing. Yeah.
I think he might be a villain that we can empathize with. He's going to start off as a great good guy, and
That's
then
anti-hero.
yeah, oh, I mean, just straight villain.
That's
like
but
towards the
you,
end.
you say he's a villain that you sympathize with. That makes him an anti-hero.
But I mean, well, okay. So when I see anti-hero, I see like, okay, he's going to save the day, even though he's still a bad guy, but he's going to save the day. But I kind of feel like he's going to be a straight villain, like he doesn't care about anyone else. Because when he fights Shazam, he's not going to care.
He does
about
care about he even in the comics he cares about the people of the city and
Conduct.
conduct, yeah, and he does care about things. He's just selfish in what he cares about.
yeah.
All
All right, anyways,
I just don't see. I just don't see it happening. Honestly, I
We'll
don't see.
see,
It,
we'll see.
That's true. We'll see.
too early.
Let's reserve
Too
it. We're
early.
basing it again on a tiny little snippet. So
Yeah, true.
all right, what do you guys think about the Flash
Flash.
trailer?
You mean about Michael Keaton Batman? I liked it.
Yeah, Michael Keaton Batman was not in it, but there was
Yeah.
like his voice was in it,
No,
which was great.
You got to see.
So is this
Cal.
Flashpoint?
Yes, this
Yes,
is
Flashpoint,
Flashpoint.
yes.
Is it
Yeah.
really?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
Flashpoint.
the he's pulling the cloth off the Batmobile at the end, the '89 Batmobile, which they teased and never showed.
And they did show
Um,
Batman. They showed his pointy ears.
Now,
Yeah.
we don't know if that was. Well, it's most likely Michael Keaton, but Ben Affleck
Yeah.
is also in this.
I can't-
Batfleck is in this also.
It can't be because because they go by the Frank Miller short year.
Yeah,
Frank
that's
Miller
true.
So
True,
we figure it's the Keaton one.
It's Keaton.
The Keaton one.
And then
Are you guys look fans of the Ezra Miller Flash?
No.
Can I just say that
I say yes.
you guys know that he was like he had a little controversy back in a couple year ago or whatever the movie came out, the original.
Actually, no. Hold on.
No,
Let
I
me
don't know
take that
about
back.
this.
I like.
You don't know about this controversy?
in
No.
the previous.
Which
movie, in the
controversy?
cut.
Look
What's
up
it-
Ezra
what's-
Miller controversy. He choked
is
a
it?
fan. Do you remember
Oh.
this? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I
You're like-
don't. No.
Oh yeah, there's a video of him like this fan is like this girl was it's a female too, and he like grabs her by the neck and he chokes her and kind of like drops her to the ground. So he got a lot of like near cancel flack, and he went quiet for a long time.
I'm surprised
And-
it didn't get canceled.
Well, I mean, yeah, I
They
know,
said
and I
they
thought he was
canceled.
done.
Yeah.
But I thought it was ironic that when they showed his introduction for the Flash teaser trailer, he's wearing like this choker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? He's
What
wearing
was
a
with
choker.
The outfit too. Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember
the outfit was
I'm like,
weird,
what's
but he had the
going on?
choker on. I was like, why is he wearing a choker? And then I was like, oh crap! Like, I mean, it immediately brought me back to like I thought he was canceled because he choked out this fan.
But you know
Look
the
up the
outfit-
YouTube video.
You know the outfit that he's wearing is actually the bat suit. It's the Keaton
Oh,
bat suit.
the one on the left.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the Keaton bat suit that he, or a
Nice.
portion
it
of
says
the Keaton
painted
bat suit.
on.
Yeah,
The
it's
denim?
yeah, painted over and so forth. I like Ezra Miller as Flash.
Do you like the Ezra Miller Flash from the Justice League?
From Snyderverse, not from the Justice League.
Okay, I would agree with that.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, when I said no. Yeah,
Yeah.
Snyderverse. I like him. You're right.
Yeah, Snyderverse, because he was normal Barry Allen, like
Sure.
just like, hey, I'm a smart guy, I can make a joke here and there, but I'm just super intelligent, this, that, and the other, and kind of just straight. He's just a regular guy. Barry Allen's just a regular guy, but the Justice League one, it's like they made him stupid, made him joke. I mean, he didn't get the joke, or it was just annoying, and it was cringy.
He was annoying.
It was
You're
a
right.
typical Josh Whedon character, like the character who has to make the room laugh by being cringy or being awkward.
The
So
Marvel
that's where,
jokes.
it's just all jokes, and I didn't appreciate that Flash because it made him more of a joke than an actual threat. Like I think we talked about before that the Flash is he's a strong character, extremely powerful character, and the fact that they treated him like he's a side character in the Justice League. I think that was just I can't even blame Josh Whedon. I think we talked about this before. We can't blame it on Josh Whedon. I think it's more of Warner Brothers Studios. But the Snyderverse version, I like him a lot. I know people gave him a lot of crap for the way that he ran because they were like, "Why is he running all awkward?" But to Ezra Miller's credit, he was on wires for all that running. It wasn't him. It wasn't him actually running. They had him on wires.
Do you guys like the? Good.
I'm sorry. What do you guys think of the suit from the?
That's
trailer?
what I was going to tell you. It's the new 52 suit.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I like the suit, but the face, like they give him this weird cheekbones.
Jones, yeah.
Where they're like jutting out. I'm like, oh god, it's horrible. He looked like Bible Man.
But they've had that before. Isn't that the suit that actually his cheekbones? That's not the first time they've shown that, isn't that? I thought that was.
I'd have to watch it again, but all I remember was the
face reminded me of Bible Man.
Body.
The rest was decent. Yeah.
You know what? You might be right. It does remind me of Bible.
Right? Yeah.
There was something that like kind of felt off about that, and an unpopular opinion.
But they never did anything with the Speed Force, so I'm glad that they're doing something with it.
I'm glad they are now.
Yeah.
But unpopular opinion.
Speedsters.
I really I don't like Ezra Miller as Flash.
Well, it's not unpopular though.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
No, a lot of people don't like him.
I
just told you choked out a fan. I mean, a lot of people were not his fan.
Even before knowing that, like, I'm not really a fan of it. I don't know if it was the original Justice League movie that kind of ruined it for me.
Yeah.
Or it's just him as an actor.
I know what the problem is.
He's a good actor. Ezra Miller's a good actor.
He wants blonde hair, blue eye, Barry Allen.
No. I think it's because he's younger and he's been treated like a sidekick. I think I want someone who is like more mature, more older.
Barry Allen is young though.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, I mean, like,
he's
Flash
not
is always.
He's not a kid.
Barry Allen is an adult.
He's
in
an
the
adult.
comics.
Yeah, but he's not like Ezra Miller does look. He does have young features. I'll say that.
Well,
but
not
he's
even features. Just like his attitude is just like it's.
He's definitely immature. He's definitely immature, and I mean, they're definitely playing a version of the Flash that's not like the comic book Flash.
No,
where he's got like some little social disorder.
The cartoon Flash, where he's much more jokey.
Yeah. I like that one better than I do the movie Flash actually. Like even the animated movies, I like that one.
Well, either way, I think it's another one too early to tell a situation with that movie. Do you guys see the Peacemaker trailer?
I did.
John Cena.
Yes,
I like it.
I can't wait to get more Peacemaker in my life.
I'm not gonna lie, Peacemaker. Now that's the anti-hero that you need.
Yeah,
that is a great one. That is the. I'm gonna say the quintessential anti-hero where it's the perfect.
Has anyone taken a tally of how many times Creamcast has said quintessential in this episode?
Yeah,
I have not.
Hey, how about you take a tally of
saying it a lot.
Kiss my ass. Who started this?
I did.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he started it.
Yeah, it started, but I guess I hadn't realized that
Because again, it's catchy.
Catch
Man.
on.
It's very catchy. I like
Essential.
Peacemaker. I thought Peacemaker. I thought the trailer was very awesome. I
Yep.
like the fact that they're actually continuing. That's like if DC knows what's going to be this hit, they should continue on the sequels of what is a hit. Like Suicide Squad, they knew it was going to be a hit. James Gunn, right now, can't miss.
Mm.
Well, I don't
They
think Suicide Squad did well though. The James Gunn Suicide Squad.
It
No, it
didn't
didn't do as
did
well.
better.
because well, it didn't
Yeah, I think it's
because
a COVID victim, but
Yeah.
yeah.
well, from what
So
I
I don't
understand,
know
it
where it's
didn't
gonna
do
go.
well because it was on HBO Max. At the same time, it was in theaters, so it wasn't
Yeah, but
as
like the
yeah.
HBO Max thing has been a like Godzilla vs King Kong did really well on, and it was on HBO Max. So like there's some movies that do well on HBO Max and in the theater, and there's some that just don't. And I mean, it's one of those they should never have put them on HBO Max, but they did. They're
The
gonna pay
difference is
for
Well,
them.
honestly, from my point of view, seeing the first Justice League, like it didn't want me to go go see it in theaters for the second. So when I hear it's on HBO Max, I'm like, okay, you know what? If it's on this, I'm just gonna watch this late at night because I think it's gonna be terrible. It was good, but I think the first movie kind of ruined it for me to go see the second movie in theaters. That's
What
just me.
first movie you're talking about?
The first, see exactly the first Justice League movie. I mean, the first
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad movie.
Oh, Suicide Squad.
Yeah, see,
Yeah, no,
that's
no, yeah. I think it was a victim of the franchise too. For
It was
sure.
yeah.
definitely a victim of the
Okay.
franchise. It was just as Suicide Squad. The first one, hands down, was horrible. If you like that movie, then you did not
Or if you
watch.
like that Joker, shit.
Yeah, or
It wasn't quintessential.
yeah.
What?
All right,
Uh,
let's.
yeah, and shut up. Second, um, do we? Oh, before we get out of here,
Mm.
did we? Is there anything that we missed? Aquaman 2.
Nah.
I'm still
I mean,
boycott
really
Amber
quickly,
I
Heard.
mean,
they talk.
Aquaman
There's
it's just
Respect behind the
check out how
scenes.
we're
yeah,
filming
there's
the
not
movie.
even
Yeah.
there's not even anything
there's
worth
nothing.
talking about. The two other things I'd say that worth mentioning is the two video game trailers: Suicide
Yeah.
Squad game coming out by Rocksteady, and the what is the other one? The Gotham Knights.
Gotham
Gotham
Knights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, kind of early to tell, but around the room, you guys interested in either of those?
I'm only interested in Suicide Squad because Rocksteady is behind it.
Okay.
If it was
I'm
someone
interested
else,
in
I would not
Gotham
be.
Knights.
Ed, I'm asking you a
Gotham
question.
Knights. Gotham Knights. I like the idea of a Batman-less Batman game. Just is not interesting to me. But that trailer, I really like the Court of Owls, and that trailer was a good representation of the Court of Owls.
I trust
So I'm
Rocksteady,
in.
so
Ed, will you be playing that on your own personal stream? Either one of those
um
games?
maybe.
Oh, that'd be
Now
interesting.
that's a
Why not?
co-op game, so we can all play.
We can all play.
Do you all have an
Four-player
Xbox?
co-op. I unfortunately I do.
I have an Xbox. Yeah. I was gonna actually talk about that Xbox. There was an Xbox fridge that went on sale today.
I saw that.
Oh, it's
Mini
today.
fridge, and I was tempted to get it, but then I realized I have a lot of self respect for myself, and I chose not to get it.
Wow.
But no, I actually plan to get one. I kind of slept on it today. But they are selling for triple the value. I think they were going for $100. Now they're selling for $300. So,
What's the original retail price?
Ed, if I just said,
MSRP
if I just said,
99.99.
if I said they're $300 and I said they're triple the price, let's do the
Well,
math.
I'm thinking that this is like from a reseller because I know.
That's still
Some-
triple. That's triple the price.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. So,
What?
I'm talking about
I want to know
resale
when I
price.
go into Best. Well, I don't know if Best Buy will have it or Target, Walmart, whatever. If I
Target.
see a fridge, the mini fridge, like are they going to sell it for 300 or 100? That's what I'm.
And
They'll sell it
retailers,
for MSRP, baby.
MSRP.
yeah,
Okay.
retailers don't sell it for.
Yeah, they
They're-
can't
I-
mark up their things.
No, I know
Yeah.
they can. That's why I'm asking. Like, what's the retail
Now I'll get
price?
you a deal on it for friend price of $1,000.
I would get you that ASAP.
A
Whatever
deal.
you need. I guarantee you'll get it for
Can't beat
$1,000. Can't beat that, man. But yeah, okay, cool. I think none of us really care about the video games too much, but
Nah,
I think we're all
we're
stuck
more
on the
hyped
Batman.
about the movies.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah, the Batman did it. The Batman was worth the wait
Oh
at the
my God,
Fandome,
yeah.
and
That
we're all
was
happy.
worth the wait.
I'm glad I didn't watch it. Cause I knew they were gonna pull that bullshit and put it to the end. So I was like, I'm not gonna watch it. Once I get a ping that the trailer was out, then I was
You know
gonna
how many
watch it.
trailers for Batwoman and the CW
Oh,
shows
can
I
we
had to
talk
sit through? No, we don't need to
Supergirl.
talk about
No,
it.
no, no.
But
No,
I'm
no,
just
no, no, no,
saying.
wait, no.
No,
Let
I
it
just want
go
to say
on a
one thing.
one
About
man
this.
rant about it.
One thing about this. Okay.
Ooh,
All
okay,
right.
here we
So
go.
I've been
All
I have
if
seen
any women
the
are out there,
I
get
love
ready
I
to
love
hate this
women.
man.
I love women.
All
I
right, go
love
for it,
women.
Ed.
I love women.
Let's
I
hear it.
love women. But I've in the past I've seen the ratings for Batwoman. They are atrocious. They're terrible. And they've always pointed the finger like it's because of this reason, it's because of football games on or whatever. Now, I know Darkseid is a big fan of the Last Man comic series,
Why the
and
last man?
Why the last man?
Why the last man?
Why the Last Man? Okay,
Mhm.
so they recently put this on what Hulu,
Mm.
Hulu and FX.
Hulu
FX,
and
yeah.
FX, and from my understanding from Darkseid, it's a great
Mhm.
series. I'm not denying it's not, and it looked great the trailer.
Mhm.
And recently it got canceled because
Mhm.
well they didn't say why, but just one season and it gets canceled.
Well, I think it's probably viewership. I mean, I don't know
Viewership.
what their target is. It's on FX and it's on Hulu. I don't know what the threshold is that they're looking for, but obviously it didn't hit it. I hope it gets picked up by like Netflix or
Hopefully
somebody
someone
else.
Well, I
picks it
hope
up.
so
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really worth it. But
The
you
show
can't.
was
You
good. I
can't.
mean, I haven't
So what
finished
Ed
it, but it was
Underground is
good so
getting
far.
at here?
No. Wait,
See,
no, don't speak for him.
I was gonna say it.
Let
I
him
was
Let
gonna
him
say
finish
do
it.
it.
it. Let
I
him
was
Yeah,
do
gonna
it.
say
Let
it.
him do
yeah,
it.
go
let him
ahead.
do it. Let him do it to himself.
Why would they
Tell it serious.
cancel a great from what appears to be a great series
Mm-hmm.
on Hulu, FX, whatever,
Yep.
but go and give greenlit another season of Batwoman that is atrocious in its story
Mm-hmm.
writing. And
Mm-hmm.
I would think you guys agree that the WB story writing for Batwoman is, or any other series, is atrocious.
I think
To
And
it's some of the
us,
best
what?
television out there.
Yeah,
to us,
CW,
we don't like it, but clearly there's an audience for it. Also,
CW puts out
here's the
bangers.
thing: the CW is not. They're like every corporation. Their purpose is to make money. I don't know what the Batwoman show brings in terms of advertisers, in terms of like online revenue. I don't
I
know what they're basing it on, but clearly it's making them money. Where to the point where they can, keep it around.
It's
Otherwise,
a
you wouldn't keep it
terrible
around.
story. It's so terrible that the original female cast lead left.
Yeah, Ruby Rose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that might be the case, but like I said, I'm just saying it could be horrible. And it is
Oh, it
like
is.
I know I watched the first
I've
episode;
seen
it was
clips.
unwatchable.
Exactly.
It's bad, but
But this gets a third season.
again, I'm just telling you
It's not
that
meant for us, though.
it's not
Yeah,
meant
it's
for
not
us.
meant for
Yeah,
us.
that's a good point. And
Yeah.
we're not CW executives, so we don't see what that Batwoman is bringing in. It's clearly
Yeah.
bringing in something. I don't know what the revenue stream is
And
from Batwoman, but it
Brennan
is.
Crin.
And we can be honest, like, and I mean, you're going on your rant about this, and I understand what you're saying, but you're trying to compare CW and their
Show.
demographics to a Hulu and FX uh, group for their show. The metrics are not the same. It's like comparing. It's like saying, well, why is Batgirl? Why the Last Man being canceled? But the 700 Club, man, that's still going on 40 years later. Like, man, shouldn't the people that all be watching it be dead? Because only the old people watch. There's
That's
something.
completely different,
No,
though.
but no,
That's
it's not.
because Pat
It's the same.
Robertson's a badass.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Well, yeah, he
Hell
is.
yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. But all I'm saying is that you're trying to say you're trying to conflate two different shows. They're two different shows on two different networks, and you're like having like, why is this blah blah blah? Why is this not being canceled, but this other one's being canceled? I mean,
Yeah, you
CW,
really are comparing two different. Like,
it's
why
like
the Last Man? One episode looks expensive as hell to produce, whereas look at Batwoman. They recycle everything on Batwoman, and that's the level of the CW.
but
They're going to recycle sets and everything that they
that's
can.
They crank
So
them out.
they
yeah,
crank them out.
they
The budget's
bang.
low.
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
gotta think
Yeah.
about also with like the CW, they put out the Flash series. That's been going on for like 6 seasons, right?
Yes.
You had Green Arrow, you
Mm-hmm.
had what
Smallville,
else?
right? Was that them?
Smallville. You had
Smallville was way
you had
before though.
you had Black Lightning.
Sure, Black
Oh,
Lightning.
You
Yeah,
have
Black
It
all,
got
Lightning. I totally
canceled,
forgot
didn't it?
about
yeah,
that.
all these
Yeah.
shows that
Black
on the
Lightning
CW,
did get canceled.
they,
Yeah.
they get canceled. But you have all these shows in the CW, and now they got the new Superman that's out on the CW. You have
Oh,
Now they
Superman
got
those
also.
club.
Naomi. You guys know about Naomi?
No.
Naomi?
That sounds familiar.
What is that?
Well, at Underground, you're gonna like this. The's a new CW superhero show. It's called Naomi,
Is that
and
the
it's about. I
transgender?
don't know. It's just a young black girl
Oh,
who's a superhero, but she has no costume. She has no purpose. I think she's just being brave.
The chef and afro.
nice.
She has
I'm
dreads.
guessing.
She has dreads, long dreads.
That's
Okay.
cool. But
Okay, that's true.
either case, you're trying to compare shows that have low budget versus Hulu FX shows that might have a much bigger budget. May not
Yeah,
have
they
the
gotta
same
perform,
demographics.
baby.
Yeah, have different demographics. So I think your outrage for this, it'll be a lot more valid if it was both on the same network. But you're saying something that's not on the same network, and
You're just not a TV executive type like we are.
yeah, yeah.
Well, that and they're just being like this politically correct
Oh my God!
wusses, right, Ed? Am I right?
You're right.
Here
Exactly.
we
They're
go.
giving into
Yeah.
this new age
You're right.
PC, don't hurt my feelings type of crown, which is why
It's just-
everyone's getting feminized in this damn country.
Lay it on me,
It's-
baby.
Ed is just eating this up.
He's
No-
sitting
no-
on my radar.
even though Waldo, Green
I'm
Tuner
brilliant, man.
is freaking trolling the hell out of you, you're just like, just pull out the MAGA hats, baby. Pull out the MAGA hats. You think there's
Hey,
magnets?
2024, baby.
You thinking about the tinfoil hats? You got there's magnets in the vaccines. Like go all the way. Don't stop here. Like the immigrants are
That's
taking our
ready.
jobs.
That's ready for
That's what I do.
2044, man.
Yeah.
I like
He's
having
ready
a
to make
pickup
it
truck
great again.
with a giant American flag on the bed of it, and just roll coal on everybody.
Yeah.
It's just going crazy. Like, and nothing wrong being MAGA and so forth, but it's just like you have dumb people on both sides where they will say crazy things and they just believe whatever base they have, and they'll just get angry about whatever. So
That's
I
for the
mean,
Democrats. They just can't take a joke.
can't take a joke, man. But okay, so did you get that out of your system?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So everything that Ed said, we do not condone. That his outrage is his and his alone. So
I tell you, Ed, you argued a good point. Good job.
don't. Why do you guys do this?
Come on, we want to keep it going.
Baby.
If this
Okay.
podcast makes it to 2024, this is gonna be must-watch TV.
Yes, I mean
That's when I'm gonna be wearing my bright
After-
red.
Right,
Trump
red.
After our fourth cancellation.
we're not gonna. There's nothing to get
We're
canceled for.
uncancelable. We're
uncancelable.
uncancelable.
We're uncancelable. But in either case, though, great podcast, guys. Great talks about fandom. We literally nerded out on Batman and so forth.
Ranking Batmans, I gotta
Ranking,
be.
finally.
Yeah.
Ooh,
glad we did
I
some
gotta be like the
rankings.
best thing we've ever done on the show is the ranking of the Batman.
Yeah, I mean, now the next ranking we need to do is worst video game of all time. And
We already
we already know. There's three of us in here would agree was the worst game of all time. But to figure out what that is, you have to go ahead and subscribe to the Blurred Podcast, and we will see you guys on another episode. We were talking about the worst game of all time. But other than that, unless you guys have any pressing things that you want to be outraged about, Ed, can you go ahead and take us out?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 20 of the Blurred Podcast. You can find us on all major platforms and live on twitch.com/the Blurred Podcast.
False.
Blur you later.
Twitch.tv.
Blur you
Jeez.
later.
Please, guys, don't listen to the Ed Underground. You go to twitch.com and you know what's going to happen. You're not going to go to any website. Because the website is not this website that we're streaming on currently. It's actually twitch.tv. So,
All right, let me do it over.
no, Ed, you have one
No,
shot.
that's staying in, son.
That's staying in. We're not editing this out. And
Yeah, there's no more editing, remember?
Yeah, there's no more editing. This is it. You get one take. Don't let your. I was trying to say the Eminem song. Lose yourself.
shot.
Yeah, you got one shot. Don't miss your
Mom
chance to blow.
spaghetti.
Yeah,
Blur you later, everybody. Blur you later.
Blur you
Blur you
later.
later.